Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The beautiful Kayla, I see you. Teresa, Jennifer. Guys, it is May 28, 2025, 10:57 a.m. Welcome to Crime Time. Love that I can work and listen to you on a daily. Hey, I love it too. I'm definitely happy to be here with you guys. And I actually like the fact that I'm doing Crime Time streams each and every day. Hey, Jennifer, how you doing, beautiful? She's happy to finally catch a show. And you guys have won. Colette, the beautiful Colette, joining us as well. You guys have won. I'm finally going to take a look at Ravioli's information. I'm finally going to dive in to the whole green car thing. And if I'm convinced by the end of today, I will gladly tell you. Texas Ranger, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Tactical, what's going on, my guy? I'm sure this will be some clowning. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. The beautiful Teresa hit the tip jar, the grift jar with 99 cents. Appreciate you. And that's anybody that wants to help the grift. You know they hate when we earn off of these streams. Thank you so much. Anyways, should I love Pav? Well, when it comes to rap, I'll just say this. I've never actually watched this content, but consistently, the thing about it is consistently, one of them cars is green, says Jesse. I will say this, that consistently people have recommended me look at it. And normally I get, I don't like people shilling for other people's channels and my shit. So typically I'm like, yeah, fuck that. And so Teresa says it is green. Well, I'm going to give him a chance to prove it to me. I'm going to watch every piece of content. I've got 4 of his videos up right now. I'm going to watch every piece of his content in regards to the green car. And if he can convince me, then I will concede that the car is green. But I'm telling you guys right now going in, the car is white. Ravioli is too smart for his own good, says Texas Ranger. Well, we'll see. We will definitely see. What's up, Linda? How you doing? The beautiful Kayla sent $6.99 to the grift jar. Thank you so much. She said, keep it up. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Very much so. But anyway, you guys have asked. You guys have wanted me to do this, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm sorry, none of y'all can prove the white car that's got red taillights. The car cannot be green. There you go, C-Dog. It wasn't even Pab that started it. Lana came out. Actually, it was neither one of them that started it. Mark B, is that his name? Started it a year ago. That's actually who started. And I watched his content yesterday, and I wasn't convinced. What's up, Jeff? What's up, Jesse? What's up, Patrick? Just to make it clear, I know how this went. It went Mark B, then it went the lesbian chick, and then it went Pav. I believe that's I believe that's how it went. Now I'm not going to dig through hours of Lana's content to try to fucking see what she put. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to dig through hours and hours because let's be honest, she streams. Me and her both got fucking stamina when it comes to this streaming shit. She can stream. And it's just too much for me to sift through. He goes way out there, JB, got to keep it plain and simple. No, I agree. I personally believe that the car is white. Because, and now I'm not just going off the surveillance shit. There's other photos. Like, for instance, the gas station photo. That car was clearly white. Are we in agreement that the gas station snapshot, which isn't the best of snapshots, is a white car? Well, Mark B didn't convince you. The rest of them ain't got nothing more. Okay. Well, Mark B's shit was really plain. Green as in EV. I don't know. Colette, he said, I guess I missed something. What green car? What's up, Shelly? You missed it because most people aren't talking about it, including myself. The reality of this is people are trying to convince us that the car on the surveillance, Shelly, is green and not white. There's likely more than one car. Potentially. I don't know. It was white. Colette says it was white. So going into this, the car that we have seen on the surveillance, I'm asking the audience, is it green or is it white? I am in the it's white camp. I'm in the white camp. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you so much. What we should poll? Who thinks? Yeah, I agree. Let me see. They changed where I put the fucking polls at. I don't even know how to fucking do a poll on here anymore. They literally changed. Oh no, here we go. Here we go. I got it. Is the car in the Idaho? We'll just put. I don't need to write all that. Green or white? And then let me change the answers. Green, white. All right, we're gonna do the poll. We'll see what the audience thinks. It says 2 different cars and one not related. White as white can be. There. What's up, Jenks? How you doing, brother? How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I think it's white. But personally, I can't vote on my own poll. It don't let me. But just so you guys know, I think it's white. Now, let me start today's show off by, since I'm going to be using this content. Oh, by the way, no, let me make an announcement. Friday, June 6th, I believe that's the date. Harsh is coming to this channel. We're going to do a personal interview. We're not even going to be talking about the Idaho 4. We're going to be talking, it's going to be kind of just a piece about who Harsh is. You know what I'm saying? I told him I wanted him on my channel, but I didn't want to do the typical Idaho 4 conversation. I wanted to actually talk to him about him. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a little bit different. I know a lot of people like Harsh. I know there's some people that don't like Harsh, but that's the direction we're going to go in. So Harsh will be on a live stream on this channel on Friday, June 6th. You know, we'll do the Idaho 4 discussion on his channel. That way he can chop it up and shit. But it would be really weird to like do a personal profile piece on his own channel. You know what I mean? It would, you know, seem weird. So, and I just want to kind of do it differently than what we would do on his channel, if that makes sense. With my infrared camera, Jeff says, I couldn't make any of my green metal Matchbox cars of various shades go white. The white Matchbox car, though, no problem. There you go. That makes sense. So we are going to dive into here. Appreciate you. To everybody that's hit the grift jar so far, appreciate you. Let's see. So I want to just say this going into this. Ravioli, in case you don't know, his name is Jay Ombre, however you fuck you pronounce it, on YouTube. And since I'm going to be looking at his videos today, I want to give him the proper credit for everything we're going to be looking at. And we're going to be looking at his theory. And you guys can more than welcome to put your theories in the chat room, all of that. But so I just want to make it clear for the first time ever, I'm going to be watching his content. A lot of people call him Pavarotti. I, as a joke, call him Ravioli. I will continue from this point forward to call him Ravioli. It is what it is. It's just the way it works. It's just the way it works around here. But this is the guy. And we will be starting with his first video on the entire situation. It's called the Revealing 449 Real Evidence, he says, that will free Brian Koberger and hint that other people did it. Shelly says, I absolutely love you, JB. Your channel is so to the point and doesn't drag on for hours. Thank you so much, Shelly. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, beautiful. Very much so. Shelly hit the grip jar. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, JB, the 2 photos from my infrared camera are on my community tab. Just 2 photos, one in infrared mode, one in regular mode. Judge for yourself. I will definitely do that. Let me see if I can pull up Jeff's channel real quick. I may not be able to. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. All right, we'll go to Jeff's channel. We'll go to his post. Okay, let's go to Jeff's channel real quick and see what he's talking about with the car. Okay, so there's obviously the white car. This image of the Elantra appears to not be shot by a camera in black and white infrared night vision, which is clearly the case. If this is the car, this is clearly a white Elantra, yes? He says, not that one? Okay, there's more pictures here. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm trying to see. All right, let's see. Oh, these are the Matchbox cars? All right, so here's what a green Elantra looks like with an infrared camera. Here's a quick little demo of my Reolink infrared camera. The camera at Linda Lane, according to Kane, is essentially the same thing. No real differences in how the infrared works. So here's what we got. So which ones are the green ones? Which one is the green one? Because I clearly see the white one. Which one is the green one here? Scroll. Is it this one? But clearly I can see the white one. So I'll let Jeff tell us without me necessarily having to read. As you can see, it's damn hard to get any green things put in front of the camera to go white. The green, you said it's a green notebook. Click to the right to see. Okay, click to the right. Okay, click to the right. There we go. Oh, okay. Here's the cars. Here's Jeff H's experiment. Here's the cars. You clearly see the white ones. You clearly see the green ones. You see the green object right there with the smiley face. You see the green notebook. Okay, so let's go back here. Now, a lot of people will say that the notebook looks green. This is an interesting experiment, though. And then you look at the green thing here, and then these are green. I gotta say, the fact that this notebook turned white looks a little crazy. Oh shit, I hit the wrong button. I pulled up another fucking... I gotta say the fact that the fact that the notebook turned white is a little crazy. There's this... Okay, so he's showing the cameras. Paper and metal react differently to infrared camera. Okay, that makes sense. That's definitely an interesting experiment. Definitely in it, but the bottom line is you can see the white one is still just flat out white. You can see the white ones, different chemicals in the paint. Yeah, if the background was white, I'm sure the green notebook wouldn't be white. It's all about reflection and absorption of the infrared light. Makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, you guys are probably way more fucking... You guys probably know way more about that than me, but that's an interesting way to start off the program, is Jeff's experiment, if you ask me. Can you guys hear me and everything okay? Because I do got the mic pushed back further because of my allergies and shit. I don't want to be all up in the camera, all up in the mic. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with Pavarotti and see what he's got to say. And so I'm going to be watching all this for the very first time. And let's see what we got. Let's see what we got.
In the depths of death row,
Did you kill Johnny Schreiber?
the key to a
All good on this end? Thank you.
I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Like you, be strong.
All good on this. I love it.
The powers of the sun.
Seems patriotic, my type of guy.
Listen to Pavarotti.
Can I be your superhero?
Hello, welcome to The Revealing. I'm your host, Pavarotti, and I'm
Thank
here
you,
to
gentlemen.
discuss the Idaho 4 case. And I'll give all credit on this one to Lana from Truth and Transparency. They really have
I mean,
exposed
it's the doppelganger one that's the oldest.
prosecution's false case,
Thank you,
specifically
Jakes.
the FBI's false case. And
Boomer
for those of
Magnum.
you out there that have been nervous,
Yeah, nobody knows what that means. We speak English around here, Mickey. We don't speak young 19-year-old shit. We don't do memers. We don't do any of that.
about Brian Kohberger and the trial.
I'm so
I
used to
think
listening
your
on 2X. Is that
needs
what I
to
should listen to?
dissipate.
Is that what I should listen to? Or should I speed it up a little bit? I'm not doing 2X. I'm going to do, let's go 1.5. The whole thing won't fit in the chat? Oh, okay. It's all good. Here, I'll do it like this, bro. I'll do it like this so you don't have to keep posting it. I'll do it like this. I appreciate you, Jenks. Good looking out, brother. Good looking out. Now I'll pin this motherfucker. There we go. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good to go. Let's get back to this. There you go. Appreciate you, bro.
Because there is no way that this thing is going to go like
Yeah,
all
we
of
don't.
those out
Yeah,
there
we don't do that
mainstream online
millennial
land
talk
like,
shit.
like it to go, and it's now a fact. When you watch this, if you haven't already seen Land at Truth and Transparency's video, when you watch this, you'll know what I'm talking about. Finally, we've got some actual proof that law enforcement
I hear
lied.
John. Thank you,
They
Jenks.
lied. And they knew they lied. And more to the point, the defense knew they lied. This is information that is shocking all of us, but I assure you it's not shocking the Brian Kohberger defense team because their team is amazing. And
I want to say this. This is the first time I've heard Ravioli. I like, right off the jump, I like Ravioli's cadence. I like the way he speaks. He's, you know what I'm saying? It's a soothing, understandable voice. You know what I mean? I like it. I'm just saying, I like it. I like the way he talks. So this is going to be easy for me. Like I said, first time I've ever heard him talk.
I've pointed this out along the way. That's why I say I follow the breadcrumbs that the defense leaves me. And this was just another one of those breadcrumbs that the defense was leaving. But Lana dove in and found a guy that
He's all right.
was able
He's
to
all right.
actually connect those breadcrumbs. It's amazing. I mean, this is crazy. So what I want to do in this video, first of all, is I'm going to remind you of a video that I did last week or the week before last, just a small segment of it, because it absolutely applies to what we're going to be talking about. Hold on to your hats, folks. This one's going to be amazing.
I'm not wearing a hat, but we can roll with it.
was disclosed to rebut opinions by defense expert Stephen Becker. So let's talk about defense expert
nice to see
Stephen
things
Becker
different.
and what is
Feel that
his
brain, you might see it
forte.
one color.
So just to
Yeah, I
give you
agree,
a
Linda.
brief overview of Stephen Becker. He's an automotive engineer and crash expert.
And retrace the killer's footsteps in order.
No, it's 100%. I agree with you completely with what you're saying, Linda. People's brains just completely work differently. Like I said yesterday, people, you know, a normal person heard me sniffling and they're like, oh, he's got allergies. The weird brain people are like, look, he must be on coke. You know what I'm saying? Like the mind, the trains of thought by people are easily, you know, different shit. Like it's wild to see how people's brains work inside this community. It's wild shit.
To create a comprehensive and very detailed description of Missy Beaver's murderer.
The last remaining lead involves a car that pulls into the SWFA Sporting Goods parking lot at approximately 2 a.m. They're seen pulling into the parking lot and leaving just a few minutes later. We believe that car is a 2010 to 2012 Nissan Altima. It's light in color.
I agree,
possibly
Larry.
Silver. It's hard to
Patrick.
tell as you remember it was raining that morning. Let me emphasize, though, we don't have any reason whatsoever to believe that this car or its driver are in any way involved in the murder of Missy Beavers. In the interest of following up on every possible lead, this is the last lead that hasn't been exhausted from the video canvassing.
This is actually a major breakthrough in this case. I want to see the car again as Stephen Becker with Robson Forensic is telling us his analysis. Whose car is this? And why are they less than a mile away from Missy's murder scene? Go ahead, Stephen.
Well, unfortunately, you can't make out the license plate in this video. That would give us a positive identification as to whose vehicle that would have been.
It's an Ultima. Yeah.
Why?
This is a different case. So
This be enhanced. I mean,
I'm
can't
I'm trying to
NASA
grasp the
is there
connection.
no
We'll
way
see it.
To enhance this to get even one character, one letter, one
Yeah.
number off the tag.
That's a great
Well,
point.
the thing about it is, Jeff H says, thanks for showing my photos. Many pro workers don't. It doesn't fit the narrative. I have no narrative. And I think that's why I have no problem showing it. I have no narrative whatsoever when it comes to this case. I don't give a fuck if he's guilty or not. I don't give a fuck if he's found guilty or not. I just enjoy discussing it, researching it, talking about it. You know, I hate Nancy Mace. I legitimately hope that bitch chokes on her dinner. Yeah, that's mean, JB. Suck my dick.
Nancy. A lot of people in a lot of movies you'll see they enhance the video and suddenly
What
you
up, Agent?
miraculously see objects that were previously obscured in the video. What you have here is you have a highly reflective license plate. Specialized cameras called license plate recognition camera systems can identify license plates both in the dark
There's a
and
tennis
in
suit dress.
high
I
light
see my
conditions
husband.
because what they do is they focus in on the area of the license plate.
Hey, let me give a shout out to Captain Jenks, who sent 30 to the grift jar. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. That's my boy Jenks. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
And they use
So much.
with the camera.
Swiggles sent 5. Thank you, Swiggles. Appreciate you.
Stephen Becker's area of expertise is actually vehicle identification from videos or photos. And you can see in this article, photogrammetry expert Stephen Becker provides an introduction to some of the methods and techniques utilized by forensic experts in determining the make and model of vehicles captured in surveillance videos and other photo sources. Confirming or refuting vehicle make and model in videos and images. When comparing images, either from a photograph or still images of a video, there are important aspects to consider for vehicle identification.
All right,
The
tell
shape
me.
of the headlights
Tell
can
me
be
about it.
distorted if the lights are illuminated or overexposed due to reflections. The lines of the vehicle may be distorted by panoramic lenses. The vehicle color may be altered by reflections, camera color enhancements, and the ambient lighting conditions, yellow or blue lights. Colors in video are digital and are represented by several factors that represent the color displayed. In physical color analysis, paint can be chemically analyzed to determine a match. Digitally, we can analyze the following characteristics: hue, saturation, luminescence, red, green, blue, content, proportions. I went on to point out in a different video that Ann Taylor, in one of her statements regarding the identification of the suspect vehicle, she mentioned the fact that the vehicle was identified as white or another color. And when she said that, it really stuck in my mind, and I brought that to you, along with the vehicle identification expert Stephen Becker, and what he actually focuses in on when he's...
Did he say Ann Taylor said the car was white or another color? I'm confused by that because I don't recall that. Was it in documents or was it audibly?
Identifying a vehicle on video. Excellent lighting from the side shows the wheel spoke pattern well.
That was early on. Okay.
Body color match door handles, and that it is a 4-door with a relatively short trunk lid.
What's
Similar
up, Pete?
vehicle in the lower left corner is one of a few models of vehicle consistent with the vehicle from the surveillance video. Digital color analysis provides that the vehicle color has 107 hue, 60 saturation, 23 luminescence, 18 red, 30 green, 26 blue. The even proportion mix of colors and low luminescence indicate that this is a black car with a higher content of green and blue. Now, based on all that, I came to the conclusion that the defense believed that the vehicle in the photos was not white.
Sup, Ginger?
but I believe I said silver. Let's keep our eyes open for a silver Elantra, because I believe that she said white or silver. But how wrong was I? Well, kinda. Apparently, I was right about all of the defense expert identifying the vehicle through the color matches not being a white Elantra, but I was just wrong about the color. It wasn't silver. Lana from Truth and Transparency found a guy named Mark B. that did a vehicle identification of the picture on Ridge Road that the prosecution provided to us, and one of the most amazing identifications I've ever seen anybody do. But after watching
Exactly,
the way that he did
Contessa.
it was exactly
Yeah, I mean, you got to go with the most obvious.
the same type of method used like Stephen Becker would use. It's interesting. Focusing in on, just like you heard there, the wheel spokes, the door handles,
Agreed, Jenks.
and the color of the vehicle. Turns out that vehicle on Ridge Road was green. No doubt you're going to freak out if you haven't already seen this. And he not only identifies the color of the vehicle, but he identifies the vehicle based on a specific...
Oh, no. Patrick, all the conspiracy theorists are wrong a lot. Except for Alex Jones. He's right a lot. What I mean is, no question about it. Just so you know, a lot of these people, when one of their theories falls off, they just move on to the new theory. I call it the snack cake of the snack flavor of the month. It tends to happen a lot. But we will see. We will see. I'm going to give him, I got 4 of his videos, queued up. So I'm going to give him a chance to prove it to me by the time this stream ends.
feature that is only indicative of that specific vehicle because of what they did with the front license plate. Blew my mind. And
99% of the time, Occam's razor will get you to the answer. It's just the truth.
makes me wonder, because I know the defense already knew this based on what I just showed you. So it makes me wonder which way their strategy was going to be going into trial. And I think it was an either or both we win type strategy. And I'll show you that in a minute. But first, look at this. Good job, Lana and Mark B.
Green Elantra that lived behind
All
the
right, let me look at this right here because I just want to say this. Is this car right here that you're watching white or green? Is this car white or green? I just want to check the people in the audience because what I see here is 1,000% white. There's no way, I don't believe this right here is anything other than white. At all. There's no way this car is anything other than white. Right now it's white. All right. Exactly. The red taillights, yes. So there we go. So the car clearly is black. What the fuck is, stop it. Somebody put a dick in her mouth.
122 house.
I'm
going to bring the camera up close. It's just an iPhone.
Okay, I just want to make this clear to you, for you non-YouTubers. The reason I mute it and give commentary is a legal reason. And so Ravioli cannot take me down and or sue me, because what I'm doing is adding to the content, therefore making it winnable on my end on a fair use argument for copyright. Just in case you don't know. It's a legal tactic.
8, and you can see some green, like right here.
Focusing in on, just like you heard there, the wheel spokes, the door handles, and the color.
Lime green. I don't know if nighttime has anything to do with this.
Fair use, yes.
But there it is. Right here is that reflector. And I'll show you right now the difference. This will be
all right, let me move my face out of here so you guys can see what he's talking about. I will move me up here for now.
2014.
Yeah, no way it's green. Not a chance it's green.
Here's the 2014 to 2016. You can see the reflector in the same spot. And here's the 2011 through 13.
Right.
And you can see it's no longer on the corner like the 16. It's further in.
Now, I've argued that little area was not a reflector. And as I was watching this video, I began to argue with the screen going, no, man, that's not a reflector, because it would have, obviously the vehicle has some kind of light reflecting it, or the camera wouldn't have picked it up. So any light that was shining on that vehicle would illuminate that reflector. And I'm yelling at the screen as he's doing it. But then as I watched the rest of the video, I went, oh, okay, I'm wrong.
Exactly, Caleb.
You're right, I'm wrong. I was wrong on the reflector.
Yeah.
Absolutely wrong.
Yeah, clear, because it was clearly a reflector.
Rest of this thing, because this dude ain't wrong, I assure you. This dude is not wrong, I assure you. This.
Yeah, that's right. White cars matter.
Genius is not incorrect.
That's right.
I assure you.
Let's take a look at the license plate area. A lot of rare light bleeding into the license plate area, which would be right about here.
Okay.
I looked at this at full 500% and did measurements on another picture, and the license plate is 100% hidden. I could not even find a single pixel to try to get a sense of if it was a Pennsylvania plate or an Idaho plate. But if this
I can agree we can't see the plate.
Is the green car, I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying if it is, it would have a plate like this.
Okay.
With the blue trees, very dark on the bottom, red on top. Then here's the Pennsylvania plate. Kind of looks the same.
All right.
But it's yellow. So if this Pennsylvania plate was visible on that car, it would have reflected a light color.
Bro! Oh, man, we're going to do that. Oh, you know what? Let's just keep it going.
Versus a dark color.
Okay.
So I think it's
I already see the avenue they're going down.
It was photoshopped. I certainly don't know, but it could be. So that's the key to me, is this
of
light
course,
yellow
of course,
dark color. So here is the green Elantra. I just blocked out the numbers, but you can see the plate is exactly like the one I just showed you.
Okay.
And you can see the reflector. So it's a 2014 through 16, but I know firsthand that it's a 2016.
Yes, ALT.
Notice how this here is blacked out, and the word Elantra is not here. Okay, so it's too dark to see if the Elantra is there or if it's not there. But here's the logo for Hyundai, and to me there is zero reflection. It looks black. This is the same color as the green.
No, this has not been a wild ride at all yet. But I'm going to keep going.
Which BK's car.
Well, I guess in
the
some
emblem
ways
is
it has been.
chrome, because I looked at it from the stop in Indiana. So let's take a close look at how many door handles on this car.
Focusing in on just.
What do you mean you don't think I'm gonna listen, bitch? I'm sitting here listening the entire time. What do you think I'm doing, jacking my dick? I'm sitting here listening the entire time. I don't think he's gonna listen, Jack. I'm listening the entire motherfucking time.
Just like you heard there, the wheel spokes, the door handles, and the color.
This is a 2015.
Right.
And they launch it just like BK's. And you can see the front door handle, the rear door handle, from the tip of the back window right here.
Yes, I'm laughing at it already because the shit's funny. So by not listening, you mean not change my opinion. That's what you mean? You should just say that. That it's not, you don't believe it's going to convince me. You should have just said that. It doesn't mean I'm not listening. It means that the argument being made isn't convincing enough. That's what it means.
You go straight down.
And yes, this is ridiculous.
It's almost, the door handle
but I'm listening.
kind of looks like it's touching. So we're going to do that with the Ridge Road car and see if it's got a back door on it. Okay, here's the car at 400%. And you can see this right here will go to 500% in a second. And this right here, which is right below there. So that's the back handle, but let me go to 500%. Okay, so there's the front door handle.
Hey, I remember yesterday I told you this was going to be I love you too. I'm beautiful. I told you this was going to be a bunch of pixel chasing. If you zoom in real closely and you look at the 33rd pixel on the bottom row and you turn it sideways and you shine it up real nice, you see where we're going.
Back door handle, and you can see it's right below that tip. So, in my opinion, this is a 4-door. I'm going to post this document link in the description for anybody that wants to get to it. It's got 51 pages. The car page is the very last page 51 at the bottom. And then when you get to it, you can rotate right at the top here. Here's the rotate button, and here's the zoom.
Good bitch.
Right there.
Good bitch.
It goes from, I think, 25% to 500%. I'll show you the 500% right now. There you go, 500%. Now we're going to focus on the wheel for a minute.
Let's focus.
Front wheel. It's the only wheel that I could kind of get an idea what was going on. To me, this looks like one of the wheels.
Just saw Hopper in the car? Yes. Jimmy, so we're going to pretend to be able to see this rim. Is that what we're about to do? We're about to pretend like we can make out what the fuck this rim looks like? Is that what we're about to do? Is that what the snack cakers are doing, where you're going to pretend like you can make out what this rim looks like? Oh, this is good. Oh, this is good.
Wheel spoke. And here's another one. They're horizontal to each other, straight across. Then here's another one here going up, and another one right here going.
Focusing in on, just like you heard there, the wheel spokes, the door handles, and the color.
On up. So that means it's a 6-spoke front wheel.
Of course, that's what it means. Of course.
And the spokes are thin. Here's the green car, and it actually has 6 spokes. There's one right here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's room for the 6th one right there. And you can see, like, this one right here goes straight across to this one, horizontal.
Yeah. Yes,
so you have to have 6 spokes to be able to get a horizontal. And then this is actually BK's rear wheel at one of the Indiana stops. You can.
It is fascinating. The reach, the reaching that I'm seeing right now. It's fascinating. I'm loving it. I gotta admit, it's entertaining the fuck out of me.
See, the spokes are thick. And that's 1, 2, 3,
Man, stop
4,
it!
and right by the cursor, that's 5. So it's a 5-spoke wheel.
Oh, shit!
So, if we're going to say the...
Oh, now we're counting. Oh, man. Oh, we're going to pretend like we can see the fucking... Oh, man, bro. Oh, man. This is getting ridiculous. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't even know how to fucking respond to it. We'll continue.
Wheel is visible on this Ridge Road car.
Oh,
looks
man.
more like the green car 6-spoke wheel than BK's 5-spoke.
The green car, of course.
I know it's hard to see, but that's the best we got right there.
Man, this is wild, man. I'm starting to think I should just go play Nintendo and say, fuck this shit. I should just go play Nintendo and say, this is wild shit.
Here's an identical car to BK's. 2015 Hyundai Elantra SE. You can see the 5-spoke wheel.
BK may be innocent. That's not what we're discussing right now.
Spokes are thicker, and there's 5.
The rim is actually great.
A 6-spoke aftermarket wheel, very similar to the lime green car's front wheel. And you can see how it's horizontal, straight across, 2 above and 2 below, 6. So we're going to take a look at the front of it now. And we need to keep in mind that we're looking at the passenger side of the car. Here's the back wheel, front wheel.
I'm looking.
And here's the front. Why they cut off the top of the car, I really don't know, other than they might have something to hide, like maybe more than one person was in the car.
Okay. Just a question for the cakers. Why would they hide the top of the car? Why would they hide the top of the car? So they can hide the real killers, the second killer, the fourth killer, the team of killers?
So what we're going to look at is we're at 500%, zoomed out all the way. We're going to basically be looking at this area right here. You can see
What's up, Samir?
Now, I'll be danged.
I'm listening.
I kid you not. This guy is about to prove, literally prove,
all right,
that the vehicle captured on Ridge Road
all right,
is literally that green Elantra
all right,
that lives in the King Road neighborhood in the Queen.
Now we're talking Ravioli. Ravioli says that we're about to prove it. The guy that he's talking about. I'm ready.
Road apartments.
I'm ready. I'm
Keep in mind, this line here is smooth all the way.
Oh.
Then it gets a little foggy right here.
Okay.
And then it becomes smooth again.
I don't know about the smoothness.
You don't know for sure something's there. Let's take a closer look here.
Let's do it.
Okay, this one is filtered
Pixels.
in like an orange color. And you can see right here.
All right.
There's this big hump going down lower than the line, the lower line of the lower lip.
Yeah.
And then right here, you see that dimple.
Okay.
So this is just the filter. Get rid of this
She said this could be a picture of a moose or a pickle. True.
Now here's a black filter. And you can see it.
Okay.
Smooth here. And then there's like a dimple there and dimple here. Okay, here's the stock photo of a 2015 Elantra with the front plate. So you can see where it goes. It goes right below the Hyundai emblem grill and above the lower grill, right on the big part of the bumper, right there. And then the lower lip is right here, and it's smooth. I'll show you a better shot of the lower lip here. Both BK's car and the green car did not have a front license plate here, right there.
Yeah, I can't
But
see.
the lower lip on this, you can see, is really smooth. There's no weird, blurry areas whatsoever. Okay. This is David tearing down the house, and right here, you can see the green Elantra, no sunroof, no moonroof. Let's see, right there, you can see something white on the lower part, the lower lip at the front bumper. Let's get a little
Somebody said that's a tree.
Same picture, just enlarged. You can see something
Yes.
white right there. And no sunroof. Very dark tinted windows. So here's a better shot of the car.
Right.
And this here is a front license plate right here.
Thank you for
It's
that.
supposed to be here, but for whatever reason they put it here. And it looks like
Who the fuck said it was supposed to be there? You just made that shit up. What do you mean it's supposed to be here? Because the stock photo had it there? Oh, man. Oh, bro.
it's bent.
Let me give a shout out real quick. I didn't shout you out. Katie, yeah, the beautiful Katie says maybe the green car is the one Dave Batista, white supremacist college president, and trans Dylan drove through the tunnels into the house. That's right. And then they parked it somewhere else. They parked it right under the house in the tunnels. Then they got the parachutes and parachuted down, as the clown said. Thank you, Katie. Thank you very much, beautiful.
And it looks like right here, going this way and then down.
Too good.
Is the
Too
remainder
good.
of a broken license plate frame. And then it looks like the plate is bent at a slight
good.
upward diagonal right here. And right here, you can't see the lower plate. The next picture,
Good morning, shitballs.
I put a filter to it, and you'll be able to see this area right
He
here.
said, "What's new in the
And
true
notice-
crime world? They're trying to. I'm right now. I'm on a mission. I want to partake in the snack cakes with them. So I'm indulging this green car theory, and we're gonna check it out." And they all drove away like Fast and Furious. That's right.
Right there, there's a little dimple, like maybe the front of the car right here hit something, created a little dimple. Okay, here's the filtered one.
Yeah, YouTube takes all that shit. That's why PayPal, Venmo, and all that shit is Cash App is usually the best way. Devil woman. YouTube takes like half of the shit.
Now you can see the lower part of the license.
But it's
plate
all good.
much
I
better.
appreciate it no
And
matter
then you
what.
can see the little dimple there. And here's the
A
broken
dimple.
license plate
All
frame
right.
there. And also, right there, you can see what to me looks like a little dent.
I like dimples on a nice
Kind
ass.
of just left of center of the license plate.
Yes.
Here's the driver's side headlight,
Oh,
passenger side headlight.
all right.
This here would be where the H logo, Hyundai logo goes. And this picture is mainly so you can see the bottom of the license plate right here, and that dent I was talking about, and of course the little dimple, or bent up license plate. I don't know.
Bent up license
This
plate.
picture is to show the dent a little bit better right here.
Whose car is this?
Broken license plate frame right here, and the dimple
Whose car are we looking at right now?
right here. And obviously you can see the bottom much better here. I don't know what.
Jimmy, do you got one of them animations available? No, not right
And
now.
here's a filtered version again.
That'd be funny though.
The dent, the pimple, another close-up. Now this view here is when it's turning from a side street.
All right.
And the reason I'm showing this is so you can see the passenger side angle, and the plate looks more to the driver's side, which it isn't, but it looks like it is. You can see.
Have you noticed the plate keeps moving? In the image we just saw, the plate was more to the left. Now it's more to the right. The plate keeps moving. What he's telling us is the plate. No, I don't believe it's all the same car.
The length of this little piece here versus here, it looks shorter. But in the next picture, you'll see that it's a straight-on shot once
All
it's
right.
straightened out here. So here's a straight-on shot. You can see this right here and right here looks equal.
All right, am I the only one that does not see a plate in this picture? Am I the only one that does not see a plate here? Yeah, there's something there, but that's not a plate. Is he trying to say the plate is bent up? Oh, it's bent up under the. Okay, all right. Well, we'll roll with it. We'll roll with it.
So here's the license plate.
I mean, I
It
guess
turns
they
down a
could
little
be. I
bit,
don't know, but
probably
we'll
because of
see.
that broken
We'll see.
license plate
We'll
frame.
see.
So here's the picture at 500.
No, not tripping at all.
Driver's headlight. And here's this fuzzy, blurry area, dimple. Right there. You can actually see the lower part of the license plate right here, and here's that little dent. What your thoughts are?
That guy right there is amazing. He
So that was the proof. He said that was going to be the proof. Bracket that holds a plate, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. So let me get this straight, just so I got this, just so I got it. The claim is that it's the plate and the plate's bent up underneath the grill. Is that the? Yeah, exactly, Kitty. Is that the claim that's being made right now? Is that this car is the green car, and we know that because the plate that was on the front of the green car was bent up under it, so it must be the same car because it must be the same plate, and the plate was bent up. And that's supposed to be oh, Jesus. Man, fuck drugs. I need the snack cakes y'all motherfuckers are on. And don't need alcohol no more. No more ecstasy, no more mushrooms. I need that shit. Whatever zebra cakes, whatever the fuck it is y'all got, it clearly has y'all more fucked up than anything. Like that's the argument? Okay, I'm gonna keep going.
He literally
keep going.
That was the green car. Now, remember, that was the green car that was caught on Ridge Road going the wrong way at the wrong time.
Woo.
But it is also the car that the FBI used to identify the
See, look how mad Heather is. Heather's so mad. God damn it, Jamie, you don't believe us. Bye, I'm out of here, little rage-quitting motherfucker. I'm mad because it didn't convince you. Yes, because I have a high IQ and 3 degrees. It's not that hard to understand. I'm not one of these fucking dummies. I am far more educated than most people that you watch on this platform. Far more. And I'm telling you right now, everything I just saw is not proof of shit. There is absolutely nothing that I've seen that is proof of anything. I mean, you can look at it, you can make up all the goofy shit that you want, but I'm going to keep watching. Like I said I was going to.
In the King Road neighborhood. So I have to believe, because of the defense's expert and his specialty and what the defense said in the hearing about the vehicle being a different color, I have to believe that they already knew that car was probably the green car.
Yeah, they
right?
want the car to be
sharp.
great.
So it really makes me think now, what was their strategy
Still
in
love
the
you back.
motions and limine hearing?
By the way, if they got all the heat and they're bringing it, then they're gonna. We still got 3 videos left after this. I like this guy until now. Whatever, man. They should be able to convince me with this video or the next 3.
Because they were arguing to have the prosecution not be able to say it was the same car throughout the neighborhood. The prosecution is arguing, yes, we want to make it the same car. Going as far as saying the FBI special expert was going to try to say it is the same car. That's the state's whole case, is that is the same car. It was identified from that car. So it makes me think that the defense was probably arguing in the hearing knowing that it wasn't the same car and they would be able to prove it, but wanting the prosecution to lock in that is the same
They're
car.
all the same.
So that once they prove that wasn't Kohberger's car, they would inadvertently have to admit that none of the cars in the neighborhood was Kohberger's. But I don't know. If that was the strategy, I think it's kind of blown now. That
First it was the tunnels, yeah.
But listen to the strategy, keeping that in mind, and listen to the argument. The defense knew this already, so what was their strategy?
One of the pieces of circumstantial evidence.
And by the way, just for the record, I am not mad at these other YouTubers for throwing this out there. If they want to grift the insane motherfuckers, that's cool, because I'll grift the logical motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? I'll grip the logical ones. We can sit here in the gun squad and do our thing. But I just for the record, I don't think Ravioli's wrong. I think if he can hustle the retards, let him hustle the retards. I just want to make that clear. Period. So in no way am I saying Ravioli is wrong or that he shouldn't do this. I call him Ravioli, and I'm going to continue to call him Ravioli. Period. So if he wants to continue to hustle the retards, I'm all for it. Why the fuck did my camera get blurry? Everybody makes money on their channel. Why the fuck is my camera blurry? Oh, so, and that's even a further way to grift, is to sit here and say, oh, I do this shit for free. I do this shit just for the fuck of it. I do this shit just for just out of the kindness of my heart. He doesn't make any money doing it. All right, let's go check. let's just go to, let's just check right now and see if I can donate to him on his channel at all. Let's just see. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Can I do a super chat? No, you may not be monetized. You might be right. That makes it even weirder. Think he has memberships? Oh, okay. Then that means he makes money on his channel. If he has membership, I don't know. I don't think he does. I don't see it here. He might not. He legitimately might not. He might be just doing this shit as charity work. Soup kitchen, true crimers and shit. Yeah, I mean, hey, if that's his thing, if that's his fucking, hey. Weird that he wants real justice? Yes. The average person puts in work for a paycheck. That's what normal people do. Anything other than that, he's basically a protester, Antifa, libtard out here and even they get paid for it. So, no, shout out to him, kudos to him.
That the state will use is
White folks are green? Yes.
From a house on King Road, 1112 King Road.
I'm listening.
And that video depicts a vehicle. There are several views of that video with vehicles in it. The state will also use other videos that depict vehicles or a vehicle in surrounding areas. As they said in their response.
But yes, the answer to your question, and I'm sorry, the whole I'm on a mission to get the truth and justice, let me tell you something. That doesn't work in the real world. And every woman knows I'm telling the truth. Imagine your husband and or boyfriend spending all this time making videos and doing shit like this for free. Every woman in here would be like, are you going to ever get off here and let me suck your dick? You know what I'm saying? Like, every woman here knows I'm telling the truth. That is, if their husband and or boyfriend was just off somewhere playing on the internet and making videos and shit and wasn't making a revenue stream from it, they'd be getting bitched the fuck out. It's just true. You're an advocate in your spare time? No woman would fucking accept that. It's just true.
Response briefing, they do not have.
So I don't believe he's not making money at all.
So the state's piecing together
Upgrade.
several videos and calling them all suspect vehicle number 1. That invades the province of the jury to make that determination. The state has special agent.
Sorry, honey.
Testify.
I'll be in bed in a little bit. I'm on to something with these snack cakers here. The car is green, baby. The car is green. Did you know that? And then while you're over here playing with the snack cakers, she's somewhere else sucking somebody else's dick.
Identify a make and model of a vehicle
Fucking
from
weirdos.
one of the many clips of videos that the state will use. That make and model cannot be identified from other than one view of that. This motion is
I
not
don't see
asking
three
the court
different
to
cars.
prohibit the state from producing the videos or producing Agent Immel insofar as his testimony matches his expert disclosure. But this is about preventing the state from saying, this is suspect vehicle number 1. This is the same vehicle in all of these video clips. That's something that the jury will have to decide after they hear evidence to make that determination. This motion is important because
yeah, if he makes money, then he makes money. That's the point. Is everybody, the other people that were like, he ain't making no money, he does it for free. And my argument is no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. There's nobody except for complete losers on YouTube making videos for free. There's nobody in their right mind would take the time for free. It makes no sense at all.
that has been referred to, suspect vehicle number 1 has been referred to by the state.
Oh, drip drop is more nuts.
Affidavits for search warrants and other pleadings.
No, I agree with you. Drip drop is way more nuts. Way more nuts. I don't think Paparazzi's nuts. I don't think Ravioli's nuts at all. I think he's got his script. He's got his thing. You know. Yeah, exactly, Jeff. Why wouldn't he? That's the point.
That they've written where
the only reason I'm even having this discussion is it bothers me when people in this YouTube they're like that. When people don't recognize, they're like, oh, he's doing it out of the kindness of his heart. Nah, man, it's all work. That's why I make fun of you people that call it a grift. Because it's not a grift. It is a hustle, though. It is a work. It is a job. So, and by the way, I think Pavarotti should make money off his videos. If it entertains people, he should make money off of them.
The state has made this connection.
No, I don't think the car
And
is
they
green
can't do
yet,
that.
Tracy. I've just seen the evidence. No, I didn't say you said that, Teresa. He's a storyteller. It's entertainment. They eat it up, yeah? No, Tracy, I don't believe the car is green yet. They haven't proven it just yet. Or at all, shall I say. What's going on, AR? Yeah, man. Appreciate you. So I stopped in and now I've got to hear more about Pav. This is my first time checking them out. They wanted me to do it.
Now I know where everybody's mind's going to go right now, and that is, oh my God, the guy in the green car is the assailant.
No.
And you can't go there yet. Okay?
No, I'm not going anywhere near there.
And let me explain why. All this does is prove that it wasn't Brian Kohberger's car.
No, it doesn't prove that
It
at
doesn't prove
all.
that the guy in the green car is the assailant.
No, it does not prove that the white car is the green car at all. Not even 1%. It was enough to cause a theory, but when you're counting spokes that we can't see, nobody can. No. In my opinion, do you think he believes his work is factual or sensationalism? That's a good question. That's a great question. I believe people typically feel like they're on to something. You see what I'm saying? Jeff sent 5, said he was going to send this 5 to Pav, but sounds like he don't want it, so I'll give it to JB instead. Thank you, brother. 12 Gauge says, a bottle of Jack on me. There we go, 12 Gauge. Now we're on to something. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. 20. All right, appreciate you.
So when you look at the FBI's report of the movements of the vehicle that night surrounding the area, and you really break it down like I have for you, you'll know, if you remember, there were 2 instances at least. A lot of the times it's just headlights on trees, so it could be more than 2.
Yeah.
But there was
it could
2
be
instances
sensationalism.
that was, I mean, emphatically impossible to be the same vehicle. One is where it shows a vehicle going basically
Exactly,
north on
upgrade.
Valenta onto Taylor, and it's doing it by headlights. And then it says in less than a minute, the vehicle is going north on Valenta again onto Taylor via headlights. And there's no way that the vehicle could make the loop around the neighborhood in 1 minute. It's mathematically impossible. So you know that's 2 different vehicles right there. And then the other instance was when the vehicle that they caught on camera at Ridge Road pulled into Ridge Road.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, 12 Gauge.
There's no camera footage of it going past Paradise Drive or going back out Ridge Road. So that vehicle, the one that we're talking about in this video, pulled onto Ridge Road at 401 and never came back out. So there's obviously 2 different vehicles. So don't go to this kid. By the way, his name is Noah Rice. Don't go to he is involved in the atrocity just yet. Now, Atlanta did some more deep diving into this kid, Noah Rice, and he's a 25-year-old kid, and he does live in those Queen Road apartments. Now, I've looked up his criminal history, and he doesn't have one in Idaho, so he's just got about 4 traffic violations.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, that's a great point. Just so you know, if you look at the channel, if you actually look at the channel, there's members-only content. Yes, he does make money, just so you know. Just so we clear that up.
So I never want to insert somebody as a suspect in a case with
Exactly,
criminal
Jeff.
history without a deep dive. The only thing that I have found, and I've just started investigating, now y'all know that I've always said there's somebody in those Queen Road apartments that is the home base connection. Now, I didn't know who that was.
He said he never asked me for any money and gets back to me on emails. Yeah, nobody. He didn't ask you for money, and I sure the fuck didn't ask you for money. Just because I calculate my shit and put it on here and say that if I don't get paid, I'm not going to work. It doesn't, exactly. Doesn't have 5 ways to Sunday to send money. That's on y'all. That's on him. That's on him. If he don't know how to work the grip, that's on him. That's not my problem.
Could it be this kid? Possibly, but I don't want to say it at this point. Because somebody in those Queen Road apartments was associated with Farley. So, Bubbly Waters, I implore you, see if there's a connection between Noah Rice and Mr. Farley. But also, they would need to be a crossover connection with Gil Slocum and Cervantes. The only connection I've found between somebody in that area at that time, Gil Slocum and Cervantes, other than Farley, is Kelly Farley. However, there are some things that are interesting around the Noah Rice kid that I'm going to point out, but we can't call him a suspect at this point.
Teamwork. Look, anybody that calls a bunch of people on the internet their team for free, I'll just leave it alone.
And here we see this kid.
I'll just leave it alone.
And his prominent eyebrows. But
every woman and every dude that works and hustles for a living, their job or whatever, knows that I'm right.
He is apparently, he's lived in Payette, I believe, Idaho. And he did live in the Queen Road Apartments overlooking the King Road residence.
We get to the bottom of it.
Green Hyundai Elantra.
That makes you so cool.
We see him in a picture from the football team there at Payette High School. You see Noah right here with a mean football look on his face. And, I mean, that would indicate that he was a very strong young man. But what piques my interest is when Lana did the deep dive on that vehicle.
But you're going to block me again, Guilty?
2008.
I've never blocked you. That's why you're on the fucking channel. If I would have ever blocked you, you wouldn't be on the fucking channel. Paco? I've literally never blocked you, or your faggot ass wouldn't still be on the channel. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? It's not like I go into my block list and unblock people. Not that hard to understand. Go fag somewhere else. I ain't got time for the shit. But no, I'm not a guilter, actually. And even if I was, yeah, I gotta call you names because you're being a faggot. You don't like it, get your bitch ass out of here, fag. It's not that hard to understand.
It was purchased in Arizona. And now if I find out it was Buckeye, Arizona, and Noah Rice purchased it there, then I've got a suspect. And she did provide a video or a screenshot of Noah Rice in September of 2018 standing next to that vehicle.
Fucking homo shit. You got time for that shit?
September of 2018. So that makes me even more suspicious. And it was green at that time. So amazing deep dive by Lana. Now she goes on to mention a lot of other things that she discovered about his ownership of that vehicle that are very suspicious. And I'm going to put the link to her video in the description of this video. But she went on to discuss the fact that the front license plate that was on the vehicle during that time did not match his vehicle. It actually was a license.
Yeah, and it's because you fucking weirdos, by the way, Heather. And no, you fucking weirdos get fucking super triggered when somebody doesn't believe your conspiracy theory. It pisses you off. It triggers you. It legitimately bothers you when people don't see a white car as green. It bothers you that I don't think people parachuted into the Idaho poorhouse. It bothers you when I disprove the tunnels under the house. It bothers you. It triggers you. It fucks with you. You want everybody to enjoy the same snack cakes you were eating, and we like different flavors. It's not that hard to understand. You do have a conspiracy theory, and you're just too fucking stupid to understand that you are a conspiracy theorist, and everything that you suggest is a theory. And if you're too stupid to understand that what you're espousing is a theory and not factual, then that means you're fucking stupid. You're a retard. Just move on with your day. Go bang your head against the wall like some spurged out tard and go about your day. It's not that hard to understand.
Plate, just the front. The front license plate matched an old vehicle that he owned a long time before, which was like a little Rabbit.
Yeah. And I'm not a guilter if I say I would vote for, if I was on the jury, I would vote for him to be not guilty.
She also went on to discover that he had owned that vehicle for some time, and apparently it had been involved in wrecks. He salvaged out the title. Insurance paid it off. He bought it back from the insurance company, had it repaired himself. And so there's some very interesting things as it relates to his ownership of the vehicle and how the title has changed hands and never left his possession. One of the other things she pointed out is in the last couple of years of his ownership of that vehicle, the amount of miles on that vehicle skyrocketed, as if he had been all of a sudden making some long trips and really putting a lot of miles.
Heather, no one's being cruel. I'm flat out telling you that your shit is not factual, that it's a theory. And if you're too stupid to understand it's a theory, and you get mad because other people don't accept your theory, I don't give a fuck if you leave and stay gone. It ain't gonna fuck up my day nonetheless. It ain't gonna fuck up my day at all. It's not that hard to understand. You people are the ones that get mad at people. You're mad because I watched this bullshit and I'm not agreeing with you that the car is green. Because there's not a goddamn single piece of proof that was shown on this video that proves that the car is green. It's not that hard to understand. 37%. Son of a bitch.
Miles on that vehicle. So if I find out that he actually was the one that purchased that vehicle and it was near Buckeye,
What's up,
Arizona,
Scott?
then he will be a very strong suspect to be the connection for Gil, Slocum, and Cervantes and Farley and everybody else to that King Road neighborhood, which would
Mojito
provide Farley
green
an
it
excellent
was,
vantage point
yes.
to stand out there and monitor that
Mojito
King
green.
Road house, where one of the other
Car's
neighbors
purple,
would have
yes.
clearly seen him doing that and yelling
Clearly.
out, "I see you, Farley."
And by the way, you got to remember, people that think the car is white, they're not mad at you for thinking the car is green. Why are you mad at the people for not? Why are you mad at people for not thinking the car is green? That's the question. We're not mad at you for thinking the car is green. Why the fuck does it bother you that we think the car is white?
Please like and subscribe to the channel. Post your comments,
Exactly,
thoughts,
Dale.
criticisms.
Exactly.
Till next time.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one. Maybe you'll get me on this one. Maybe you'll get me in the next video. We got to turn the speed up on this one too. Maybe go 1.5 this time. Green facts and news. Green facts and news. Yes. Yeah. No. Anyway. All right, I'm gonna go smoke. I'll be watching this with you. I'll be about 2 to 3 minutes. I'll be right back.
Cause both cars were made by GM. Were both cars available
Fucking
in metallic
weirdos.
mint green paint? They were. Thank you.
I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun.
Listen to Pavarotti.
Can I be your superhero?
Hello, welcome to The Revealing. I'm your host, Pavarotti, and I am here to discuss the Idaho 4 case. And you know, after going through the information that we went through on the video yesterday, you know me, I have been tearing this thing apart, up and down, left and right since yesterday. Probably had a couple hours sleep, and it is absolutely amazing how inept the investigators were in this case. I tore this thing apart, y'all. I'm going to try my best to bring it to you. I am going to be giving you my opinion on this one, but I'm not wrong. I'm telling you right now, I am not wrong. Number one, there is no way that that's not the green Elantra seen on camera at Ridge Road. And now I have taken the exhaustive FBI report and I have tore it apart based on that new information about the Elantra. And that's not, I mean, that's the same green Elantra that they see on video in all the passes around the King Road neighborhood up until the 404 pass. The 404 pass is a different vehicle. And I have gone through everything about this kid, Noah, and I don't believe he's involved in any way. I know a lot of people, well, look at the knives that he's making. Well, those aren't knives. Those are Sawzall blades that he makes cool little handles for. I mean, those are for sawing wood. That's what a Sawzall is for. Now, you could saw metal if you put a hacksaw blade on there, but I didn't see any hacksaw blades. I saw Sawzall blades that were wood blades. So you can't conflate him making some saws with, being proficient with knives. But I am going to tell you, after doing this exhaustive research, and I'm going to share it with you, and I'm going to try to make it as clear and easy for you to understand as possible, because it is a very difficult thing to understand. Obviously, the young man was, he was messing around with in my humble opinion, with with evening, and I'm going to show you what was really going on and how the investigators don't understand this and missed this and conflated the vehicle that came in at 404 with this kid's car is beyond me. But you're just going to have to trust me on this one, as you heard Moscow PD say, because I'm about to break this down and show you what really went on that evening, and it's helped me so much out to understand what really took place that evening. Now I know where to look for the right suspects, what they were doing, and what not to include in my research. Sit back. I'm going to do my best to blow your mind completely out your ears in this one, so you might want to put earplugs in. All right, so first of all, we've got to establish beyond reasonable doubt that this Ridge Road vehicle that the FBI report provided us is none other than this metallic mint green Elantra that lived in the King Road neighborhood that we've been discussing, and I contend there's no way it's not. As you can see, I just at regular view here, and I put this one in here because it's the closest one to give us the same angle, but you can clearly see, and this is very unusual for somebody to bend a license plate over the bumper. That little thing that most people see, the silver thing here, I've heard a lot of people try to explain it. What I think it is a clamp, because nothing's going to hold this license plate on this bumper. You can't screw down because of the top of this molding here. So I believe it's a U-clamp And what you see is the top of the U-clamp and that little silver thing right there.
By the way, there is a poll that is up. You can tell us whether you think the car is green or white.
And it's going down, it's gripping the bottom of the bumper, and he's just screwed it down so it holds it in place. If anybody knows what I'm talking about with that particular thing. But look, you can clearly see from this view right here, this little extra license plate right here that on the vehicle in the FBI report, it comes around. I mean, you can clearly see it right here. There is no doubt that is the same, exact same car. Not the same model, make, but the same car. And I think that it's interesting. You can see right here, blown up when you really look. You can see how this fog lamp comes up.
Yeah.
And comes.
Oh yeah. When trial comes and nobody, not even the defense, says that there's a green car, they'll just come up with a new flavor, bro. They will. They'll just come up with a new theory. I've been here since the beginning, and I've heard them all. There's even people in the audience right now that's like, oh, it's the Aryan Brotherhood that did it. Tell me you don't know anything about the Aryan Brotherhood without telling me you don't know anything about the Aryan Brotherhood. Teresa said, I don't believe any car was involved. I mean, that's more possible than the green, than that. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's more.
Comes around like that, just like you see in the picture right here.
It'll be a new flavor.
You can even see where it comes over. I never noticed that before, but yeah, that is, it looks like they almost tried to blur it out, but you can clearly see that fog lamp right there, and then you clearly see the license plate. Now, why is it showing up white instead of green?
He said clearly you can see the license plate.
Is figuring out the actual color of a vehicle on these types of cameras at night. But looking at it from another angle, look, I took and I spread this bottom one out, and when you do that, look how clear it makes the license plate right here. You can even almost see some of the letters in it. And Mark B's right. I mean, here's the little dent in the plate. I mean, it's plain as day. That thing's got a license plate.
He said, it's plain as day. Stop, Rav, stop. There is nothing about any of this that's plain as day. What's up, Lori? And I want you to understand, they're saying those two cars you see on the screen are the same car. He said, my favorite flavor is chocolate chip and Oreo chunk. Plain as day. Yeah, it's just blurry bullshit. Yes, exactly. Plain as day. That's a hell of a way to describe it.
They've been around the bumper. And then
plain as day.
It is from this angle, zoomed in, where you can clearly see where it's starting to pick up the green color.
Clearly.
It's like you see down here. I mean, there is no way. And then over here, you can clearly see it doesn't say Elantra. It's just showing a little green. And then you can see the black emblem right here, not chrome. I mean, it is absolutely that same vehicle right there.
Yes, there's a car that's green. Okay. Nobody said there's not a green car in the neighborhood. But that doesn't mean the green car. You're not blurry one bit, exactly. You know, I went my whole life, and I've always been someone that doesn't believe in mental health issues. I've always said it's just bullshit. It's just excuses people use for kind of being goofy. I'm starting to believe. Like how two people can see these two cars and think they're the same cars is beyond wild to me. Beyond wild to me.
And here's the last shot of it. I spun it around so it matched this angle. Again, you can see the license plate. Look right here. You can clearly see the license plate. You can even see the angle that it goes down in the shadow right there. There is no doubt this vehicle right here is this vehicle right here. So now that we know that this vehicle right here is actually the one that was caught on camera, I mean, beyond a shadow of a doubt on Ridge Road, well, now we have to use the FBI's exhaustive...
Troy says, license plate bent plain as day. By the way, with all due respect, Can somebody please tell me what the poll says? Here, 61 to 39. Okay, I'm looking at it. I want you to understand, to the people that are saying plain as day, if it was so plain as day, why are you such a minority? I want you, if it's plain as day, are you telling me that 70% of us in here are just retarded and stupid and we just can't see it? If it's so plain as day, why don't most people agree with you? What makes you super educated? What makes you so much smarter than people with multiple degrees and better and multiple career tracks? What makes you? I'm serious question. To the 30% that are like, oh man, plain as day. It's clearly not plain as day, or else everyone else would see it. None of this is plain as day. None of them. None of this is plain as day. At all. Do your research. Motherfucker, I've been on the case the entire time. Do your research. I've been here since day one. Do your research. And you all say that same shit. We're currently looking at the shit right now. Do your research, right? It's already been done. Betsy's got it. It said look up chromatic aberration if you think you see a license plate. Exactly. Exactly. He said, oh, he's black. Yeah. The whole do your research. Yeah.
Report and see if it matches up to all of the passes of the vehicles in the King Road neighborhood.
And you know what? That's the truth. This will never hit the fucking courtroom because there's no judge in their right mind. There's no judge in their right mind that will fucking take any of this as evidence because it's not. Most people will see this and say, this is bullshit. Me Too, play damn video, tearing the house down. We already know there was a... Troy, don't be a goddamn retard. We already know there's a green car there that was there when the house got tore down. That does not mean that it's the green car on the fucking footage here. Nobody is saying there's not a green car in the neighborhood. People even know the fucking identity of the person that drives the green car. No one is saying that there's no green car in the neighborhood. What we are saying is these two cars are not the same. These two cars right here are not the same. It's not that hard to understand. And you telling me, by the way, we've already looked in this very episode. Look at the plate in the infrared video. We've already done it, Troy. You just got in the room. You just got here. You just got here. We've all been watching this shit for how long has the stream been going on? 2 hours? An hour? You just got here.
Where this one is picked up, and I can test that it absolutely does.
Great example.
The vehicle was doing that night, and these investigators ought to be ashamed of themselves.
Yes, clearly.
Now, when I start to explain this, you may just disagree with me right off the bat.
I do.
I implore you,
whether
you disagree or not, hang with me. Because I am going to break this thing down.
I'm here with you.
And I believe by the end of it, even if you disagree with me in the beginning, you'll agree with me. Okay, so this is a map zoomed in on the King Road neighborhood.
All right.
And here's what I need you to understand from the get.
Tell me.
Here is Noah's home right here in the Queen Road Apartments.
Awesome.
If you pull out of Queen Road onto King up here to Taylor and you make a right and you don't make it to Linda Lane, there is a house or an apartment or something right here. I assure you. And if you go around Walenta, down here to Ridge, and you come across, it's either Ridge or Walenta, whatever you want to call it, somewhere between right here and right here, a dealer lives.
Oh.
And I'm going to show you why as we go through this exhaustive FBI report. There's a dealer that lives somewhere along this stretch. There's a buyer that...
A dealer? As in what? Drug dealer? Oh, man. I'm watching.
Lives somewhere along this stretch. And there is a dealer, if you go down louder onto, it was really Ridge.
Are we talking about
right
auto
here,
dealer?
In this area,
car dealer?
There's another dealer.
Okay,
And I'm going to show
what
you
kind of
how
dealer?
Noah actually made all those passes up until 401, and he kind of jumped back and forth between the people that were buying and the dealer.
Oh, so this is a
And then
drug
he finally
thing.
gave up on this dealer at 4 o'clock and drove down to this dealer, and then they quit monitoring his vehicle. And I'm going to prove
I assure you. Oh, this is good. This is good.
it with the FBI's exhaustive report, and I'm going to show you a depiction.
Everything
of
is a
the
drug
movements of
thing,
the vehicle
JB. Oh, clearly.
and the time frames that it sits still, and I'm going to tell you
Clearly.
exactly what was going on with this car. And we're going to start right here with an expanded view.
All
And
right.
I've logged every single time on the FBI.
Come on, man. So Pav knows every drug sting in the neighborhood and shit. Oh, bro. He's like, if you zoom in real close on the pixels, you can see they're literally handing over meth. Who's handing over meth? Well, the green car. Okay. I'll watch. I'll watch.
A report where it logs a vehicle sighting. And it starts out right here on Indian Hills. I believe this is the green Elantra. All of these passes, everything I'm going to show you is the green Elantra up until 4:01 a.m.
All right.
So he comes through here and he's caught on camera at 326 on Indian Hills, another camera at 326.35 on Indian Hills, another camera at 326.43 on Indian Hills. He comes around this way, comes up to Steiner, hangs a left, is caught on camera at the A&W right here at this intersection, comes across, and he comes up this way where he's caught on both of the cameras on the apartments on Ridge Road at 329.02 and 329.04. He hangs a left on Taylor.
Somebody said the car has an ability to turn green after the drug deal goes down. The car just can magically switch back and forth.
Comes
Yeah.
down, goes across Linda Lane, he's caught on camera at 329.48, and turns into
That's
the King
it.
Road neighborhood for the first time. Okay, so now we look
No,
at
I
the
didn't
first
know.
pass of the vehicle. As we seen it turn on to Taylor, it comes down, turn on to Queen from Taylor. It comes down Queen Road, turns on to King Road, where it's caught on camera right here at 3:30 and 22 seconds, according to the FBI report. And then it comes down.
Oh no! I know for an absolute fact they don't have a green Elantra. If that green Elantra that's there, that's custom. I have a best friend in the industry. There was no green Elantra for them years. That car is 100%. The green Elantra that is in the neighborhood is 100% custom. 100%.
Down to Queen Road, where it's seen on camera right here at 3:30 and 55 seconds, turning right here. And then as it turns this way, it's seen on camera with lights on trees right here at 3:31:18. And then it stops.
The car is confused. It identifies as a green Elantra. It's one of those.
And it parks
It's a
for
tranny
approximately
car.
1 minute. All right, this is him stopping and obviously running into his apartment real quick to get something and coming out, getting back in his vehicle, and then we're going to see it leave out of the King Road neighborhood.
Yeah.
So that 1 minute that it's staying right there is obviously him running in just enough time to grab something, come back out, get in his car, and he's about to make another pass.
All right, here we go. This is a drug deal. All right, stop. If you zoom in, which we're gonna do, which we're gonna do. Hold on, let me snag this. Let me snag this. Oh no, where the fuck my shit go? All right, there we go. If you look real hard. If you look real hard, you zoom into these pixels. If you zoom in, you can see the drug deal actually go down. You gotta really put your peepers on for this. Right here, if you take a look right here, you'll see a black dude with gold teeth and his hat cocked to the right. Right here, you'll see the buyer, and then you'll also see the green car in here. You can see it all in this image. And that is where the drug deal went down. And this was just drug deal number one. Because Pav has pointed out that there was multiple drug deals on multiple different streets. Multiple different drug deals. The proof's right here. Proof's right there. 6 spokes. We forgot the 6 spokes.
Okay, so now where it gets interesting. Comes back out of his apartment,
It's
gets in his
getting-
car
yes.
after a minute, and now he's going to pull off.
Thank you.
Seen right here by this camera.
First drug deal's done.
King at 3:33:01, and he pulls out, goes on to Taylor. He's heading south, where headlights are seen on trees at 3:33:36.
On the trees,
so that lines
yes.
up right.
Trees.
And then he comes down onto Ridge.
Just drug dashing
goes
away,
this
yes.
way, comes all the way down to Paradise Drive right here.
Right.
Where he's caught on camera at 3:35:13, and there's 2 cameras on Paradise.
All
One on
right.
the garage, one on the house. 3:35:13 and 3:35:14, and he's going this way on Paradise. And that's 1 minute and 39 seconds that it takes from
All right,
lights
so
on
we see it
trees
pull
on
into the
Valenta up here, King Road neighborhood, turn on to
King
this spot
Road
right
from
here
Queen.
on Paradise and Ridge. So Queen Road
You'll
from
see it
King
throughout
goes
the-
down.
Whoa,
this
why
whole
is there
thing
multiple
really intense.
paths?
It goes all the way down here. It's a minute and a half.
Why is there multiple paths in the same video? It's the same video because I'm pausing, I'm muting it, unmuting it.
But what happens is he comes down.
What
and
the
turns
fuck?
onto Paradise for 1 minute, and then he comes back up in the house.
I can't be the only one that hears this. Maybe I was part of that fucking drug deal.
Hold on. Grab something, come Then back out,
it's
run in the apartment. 2 minutes and 58 seconds from the last time he's clocked on
Okay,
Paradise right
all
here.
right.
All the way up to where he's seen again on camera at 3:38:12 here
The
on
fuck?
Valenta with headlights on trees going north. So there's an extra minute that's spent right in here somewhere. So
Probably dropping off the
my
drugs, right?
Interpretation of this, and it's because I've looked at this whole thing, not just this one pass, is when he was coming down, I believe there's somebody in this area right here that he's trying to meet up with.
Of course.
But for some reason,
Of course.
I don't think he was able to just pull in and do what he wanted to do. So he drove past their
Yes.
place, came down and
Man. I don't even know what to say about this
But
shit.
for whatever reason, he was only there a minute, so he wasn't there long enough to do what he was after to do. So after staying there a minute, realizing he wasn't going to be able to do what he was after to do, he heads back up again where he's caught in the lights in the trees here.
Exactly, Tom.
12, and he goes back up, back down King, where he's caught on camera again, and then we'll get into the next pass. Okay, so this pass was
All right.
just I believe just a time.
Yeah, that's
killing
all this shit is. It's all speculation, and it's not even. And I'm going to be honest with you. It's not even good speculation. No, this is my first time watching Pavarotti. I told you guys I would. I don't watch other YouTubers like that. I got a life. I got a dick that needs sucked. I don't sit here and just watch YouTube and shit all day. What's going on, Lovey Ball? You know what I mean?
pass because as he came up and came down on King Road, he's caught on camera at 3:38.
It's not logical. It's not even. It's not even a good theory. Like there's not a single logical aspect to any of this, and that's not an insult to Pav. There's no logic here. This is just completely made up shit.
He comes across. He's caught on camera at 3:39:07 at Linda Lane. You see his headlights on the trees at 3:39:35 over here as he comes this way, and then he just immediately comes down Queen back to King where he's caught on camera at 3:40 and 24 seconds. So he just stopped here for maybe a few seconds and then came
Where
back
are those
down.
white pumpkins?
He's going
Yes.
back south on the Walenta at 3:41:01. Lights on the trees right here. Now it takes
Thank
a
you,
minute and a half to get from
Contessa.
here down here to Paradise. So when you follow the route this time though, he was caught on camera doing a U-turn on Paradise at 3:43:46 and heading back up. So that means there was another minute spent right here somewhere. So as he made that time-killing pass and he came back down, he spent another minute right here at his intended destination. And for some reason, when he pulls out, I don't think he can just pull out and go left. So he pulls out, comes down, makes a U-turn, and then heads back up, and he's heading back north. Okay, so as we just said.
So I got a question. Now that I'm watching all this shit, question to the Ravioli fans. Who does Ravioli think did the crime? Because basically it sounds like his whole theory that the car that we see riding around the area is a drug dealer that has nothing to do with the murders. So, who's the killer then, and how did they get there? Do you see my point? What's Pav's theory? What is Pav's theory about who did it and how they got there? If the cartel, that's his claim? Oh. How? Okay. Okay.
Seen
Aryan
spent a
Brotherhood.
minute
Oh,
right in
of
here,
course.
Pulled out, went down here, made a U-turn at 3:43:46. See headlights on trees right here, and he comes back.
So the Aryan Brotherhood don't have to drive to get there, or what? He says he believes the Aryan family paid back family snitching. Oh.
Back up, and remember, it's a minute and a half.
Hell of a
from here
theory.
to here, and it's almost exactly what he does. So we know that he made the stop on the way down and not on the way back. Because from 3:43 to 3:45:07, it's a minute, about right at a minute and a half. So it was
Parachute.
steady pace
That's
coming
right. I
back.
forgot.
Minute and a half. He's caught going north on Walenta, lights on trees. So we can absolutely assume it's still the same car. But now something strange happens. He comes up
But the
onto
informant
Taylor,
was
and he
mad,
doesn't
yeah.
go into King Road around his apartment.
Yeah.
He comes up onto Taylor, and he goes this way, but he never hits Linda Lane. And he doesn't turn up here either. So he comes over here, and he spends about a minute right here in this area, what I believe to be these apartments. because then we see the vehicle come back down, and it's caught on camera going
Arians
south
from
on
AZ.
Valenta at 347.08.
So
okay, so remember, he made the U-turn
So
here.
hold on. He not only thinks they're Aryans, ARAs, you're telling me he thinks he knows the location of that area. So he said they're Arizona Aryans? How the fuck did Arizona get involved? Oh man. Oh man. No, I have not eaten the honey bun dope, so I have been laughing at this shit all day though. Have been laughing at this shit all day.
At 348.47.
He names he names the oh man. He better bro. He better watch out with that shit. Aryans didn't do this crime, but he better watch out actually naming Aryans by name. That's not going to end well for Pav. I guarantee you that will not end well for him.
Back up Valenta, and then at 3:50 and 27 seconds, so just about the time it takes, he's seen going north here on Valenta.
I've been asking this question. Crime
and this is where the
yeah.
FBI messes everything up. Because
Gotta
he
be
stops
some good
right
honey
here,
buns.
The FBI
Yeah.
says he comes right back out and he's caught on camera at 351.26. That's not what happens. He stops here. Another vehicle pulls out and is caught on
Let
camera.
me go
at
get some coffee.
351.26.
Let me go get some coffee.
His is going to pull out here in just a minute. But this is absolutely where they messed up, and I'll prove it. So remember, he was down here at 348.47 making a U-turn. He came back up, was caught on camera at 3:50 and 27 seconds. Goes to his destination, and they think he pulled right back out, came back, and was caught on camera again at 3:51.26. But I'm going to show you where, while he was at this destination, somebody else, not him, pulls out, and that's who they caught on camera with headlights at 3:51.26. It was not him, and I'll prove it. Because if that was him at 3:51.26 heading south on Valenta, the next thing that they say is his headlights were again going south on Valenta at 3:52.42. So that means he would have hit right here at 3:51.26 and then had to make this entire trek all the way around, and that would have been him again at 3:52.42, and that's impossible because you cannot go 60 miles an hour. This turn right here, you'd have to hold 60 miles an hour the entire time. There's no way you can hold 60 miles an hour on this turn, these turns, this turn, these turns. It's impossible. So what they did was they thought the vehicle pulling out of the apartments at 3:51 was his headlights. It wasn't. Somebody else just pulled out of the apartments at 3:51 and went on their way. That was him 2 minutes later after sitting there 2 minutes, pulled back out of the apartments and came back down at 3:52. That was his car. And at 3:52, he did the same thing, but this time, he doesn't even bother to go all the way down here to turn around. He just turns around about right here and comes back up, and he's caught back on camera at 3:53.36. So that tells me that his destination was definitely right here. So when he comes back up at 3:53.30.
Sat there for 4 hours. Sat where? I'm confused too. Sat where for 4 hours? At the crime scene? Is that what you just said? Oh, bro. I cannot believe the snack cakers ain't seeing this shit and saying, you know what, this shit sounds stupid as fuck. I cannot believe there's human beings on this planet that is listening to all this and seeing all this and says, you know, by golly, I think he's on to something. I don't, those people vote. Those people fucking vote. And go out into public in society and are around your kids pushing their shopping carts and shit.
He does the same kind of pass.
Exactly, 12 gauge.
Goes right back to those apartments, or wherever he was, right in here at this person's place. And then remember, that was 3:53.36 where he comes up and he disappears right in here. He's not seen again for 3 more minutes. So he stayed in this person's place for almost 3 minutes. Then he pulls back out, pulls through the King Road neighborhood. At 3:56, he's caught at 1112 King Road's camera. Comes down around 3:56.57 on Queen Road.
Yeah.
And the apartment camera, his headlights on trees were 3:57.27 right here. That pass that they have of the vehicle coming in and doing this was absolutely the green car that they have the picture of in the King Road neighborhood. I know it looks like
I don't know, Jeff. I don't even know.
It's his green
Nothing
car.
about him.
And I'm going to prove it because
He's going to prove it. Here we go.
He's right here. And then at 3:58.23, he doesn't even stop. He just pretty much drives through.
All right.
3:58.23, he pulls back out.
All right.
Turns left onto Taylor, where he's caught on camera again at 3:59.04. He
All
does
right.
the same pass. He goes to his intended destination, doesn't bother going all the way down, just makes a U-turn, and he gives up on this destination right here. And he comes back up. He's caught on camera at 4 o'clock and 14 seconds. he doesn't pull back in the King Road neighborhood. He doesn't pull back into this
I'm with
house.
you,
He goes
Tom.
to another location. He gave up on this one. Now he's going over here to Ridge. Comes down. He's caught on camera right here at pulling into Ridge at 401 and 30 and 401 and 43, where we see the green car on camera. And when he pulls in here, he stops in here and he doesn't come back out because he doesn't get caught on the camera here again at Ridge, and he's never seen on the camera at Paradise. He pulls in here and he stops and he never comes out. It was the green car that did everything up until 401 and 43 seconds. That means the last car you see pulling into the neighborhood, more than likely, came up this way, onto Walenta or Ridge, whatever you want to call it, back up, was caught on camera, lights in the trees right here, came in on the King Road camera and Queen Road camera, or 112 King right here at
DoorDash is
404.
delivering right now. Yeah.
Came down, did a 3-point turn right here at 406, came down, did a 3-point turn right
He just said more than likely. Yeah, no, I mean, that's what the whole thing is. It's all just theories based on the fact that he thinks that the cars are the same. Yeah, no, it's entertaining. I'll give it that. It's entertaining.
right here at probably a little after 406. Was caught back on the Queen Road camera at 407. Came around, parked right here, probably about 408 or 409. Waited for whoever
I don't
was
see
in the
his
house.
theory either.
And then, what I believe to be Dylan and somebody coming back at 4:20 and 20 seconds, right as they're running out of the house.
Oh, Dylan. Now Dylan's coming back. So Dylan wasn't in the car. It's so clear to me now. Exactly. Yes, it's all so clear. So clear.
Jumping into the getaway car, and that car speeds away at 4:20 and 47 seconds right here. Heads down Walenta, back the way they came. Just like this. Boom, boom, boom. He's got on camera with the headlights right here. Comes down, is never seen again on camera, goes south. Comes down over Conestoga, out onto Palouse, where they either pull out and go into the trailer park right here where Leonard lives. Maybe pulled in there and dropped him off. And then comes over to 95, heads south into Wasankari Construction, where the camera footage is missing before 5 a.m. for Gypsy Java, Mundy's Machine, and Wasankari. That is what I believe actually happened, and that was absolutely a different car than that green car that they had seen all night long. So when you break down the points of interest, you've got the buyer, or I'm not even going to put names to them, but you've got a location right here on Taylor. You got the location here at the home. You got a location right here on Walenta that the green car just went back and forth between those three locations all night and then went over to this location at the end, and that was the end of it. And then a completely different car came into the neighborhood when it was all over, and they mixed them all up and called them all one. Now, that may have been boring and hard to follow, but I assure you, you can take that FBI report, plug in everything that I just plugged in, and it's going to tell you the exact same thing. And I had to do it.
Right.
Because once I knew that vehicle...
He said the FBI report's going to tell us the exact same thing.
On camera at Ridge Road was not Koberger's car, and it was that green Elantra. I had to backtrack all the movements just to make sure it was fluid with that car, and it absolutely was, other than that one instance where another vehicle obviously pulled out of those apartments, and the FBI just... for some reason, thought that vehicle could do
exactly
around the neighborhood and come back south again.
Dope.
But it didn't. It was a different vehicle pulled out, and you've seen its headlights, and then that vehicle pulled back out. Then all it was him going from his apartment to another apartment, back around to another house, several times over a period of, about 30 minutes. And
later on, Jennifer, thank you, beautiful.
And you never hear nothing about him again for the rest of the night. Somebody else pulls in, and I wonder if that's why they showed us the picture of the vehicle at 356 pulling into the King Road neighborhood and not the one that pulled in at 404. Because you can bet that's not the same vehicle. And when you look on the Linda Lane camera at 406, where the vehicle is shown making
Clear
a U-turn,
cluster block.
that does appear to be a Elantra. So I believe the vehicle that committed the atrocity or picked up the people afterwards probably was an Elantra. Who knows if it was white or not?
Bingo,
but,
Patrick.
Me, I firmly believe that it was that 2013 Elantra that was found in Eugene, Oregon. And you know why I believe that if you followed me for a long time. But I wanted to put all that together for you because I needed to understand.
He thinks that the abandoned Elantra... So he does believe there's a white Elantra. He believes that the abandoned Elantra in Oregon that we all remember from years ago wasn't... Okay, I'm really confused now. So he believes that the car we saw... My theory is they had to fight Sasquatch. Exactly. So he believes... Hold on. So he believes that the green car is the car we're seeing on the surveillance. But he also believes there's a white Elantra too that was abandoned in Oregon, which I remember that Elantra. And he believes that white supremacists or the Aryan Brotherhood did this over drugs. And then there also was a bunch of drug deals that night. Not a single part of this is connecting. Not a single part of this is connecting.
Understand myself, was that the car that made all those passes? And it absolutely was.
We whisked
the
away to a
investigators in this
hotel
case
while the
are
worm.
completely inept if
Shit!
They can't see that. Well, if they couldn't figure out that that was the green car, then they are inept, because once they figure that out, they'll know that that wasn't the car making all those other passes. So I wanted to get that one out to you. I'm about to dive into these court docs and give you an update on everything that's hit. And by the way, everybody wants to talk about old Pav. I think I'm the only one that actually put out a video 2 weeks ago when, Hurwitz filed that motion for the testing of the autism. And I said that closed hearing is no doubt the testing for the autism. Everybody can quit trying to put out these videos about Kohberger taking a deal. Kohberger's not going to take a deal because Kohberger is innocent. You can forget that, folks.
I do agree with him there that Kohberger will not take a deal. I agree with him 100% there. 100%. Kohberger's not taking a deal.
So
nobody in their right mind, under any circumstances, would sign a plea bargain to murdering 4 people. It's just not going to happen. So that one, he's right. He is right.
I don't want to say I was right again, but you know what? I was right again. Please like and...
With all due respect, Ravioli, I just want to see the first time you were right. I don't know about this I was right again thing. I just want to see the first time you were right.
And subscribe to the channel, post your comments, thoughts.
But anyway, we got more. We got more. We got more. Let me go ahead and get this thing sped up a little bit too. All right, so this one I think we'll go to 1.75. This says new evidence proves innocence, not MSM morons. This is, you understand this is like what all the snack cakers do. If you don't believe their wild theories, you're a mainstream moron. Right. No, I'm willing to say that the true morons and shit like this, if you want to know the absolute truth, are the people that just make up shit and the people that believe the made up shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. People that are believing shit that's just clearly made up in theory, those are the actual morons. Yeah, let's see, the FBI or PAV, who do I trust the most? Yeah. And most importantly, the FBI has no reason for a conspiracy with 4 insignificant kids in Idaho and Brian Kohberger. There's absolutely no reason. None. I understand the concept of a local conspiracy. But to think that anything about this is a federal conspiracy is just complete nonsense. It's just complete nonsense.
Rip the knife in there! Because we live here.
I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun.
Listen to Pavarotti.
Can I be your superhero?
Hello. Welcome to The Revealing. I am your host, Pavarotti, and we discuss the Idaho 4 case. Have you ever just woke up and looked at what was going on something that you're focused on and just want to scrap? Well, I'll tell you what, some days I wake up like that. I'm not a young man anymore, but if I had my druthers, there's a few of them out there that mano-y-mano would be just perfect.
You see that? He ran off the wall like a ninja.
But in this episode, we're going to go through and we're going to do a couple of things. First, we're going to start with what everybody out there is trying to push down Barry, and just try to explain it away as ludicrousy. And that is the fact that that car that was caught on camera on
Don't motherfucker
Road was a green Hyundai Elantra.
Right.
It lived in the King Road neighborhood.
Right.
No apartments at the time.
Right.
We've all seen it now. It has a signature feature that only that vehicle has, and that was a wrapped around the front bumper license plate. Just so happens to be almost the same year model as Kohberger.
So that's the entire gimmick. That's where we're at. That's the entire gimmick, is that it was a wrapped around license plate. And that's how we know it was the green car.
Kohberger's car. It just so happens to live right next door to the King Road residence at the time, and it just so happens to have sprinkled a license plate around its front bumper like you would never expect anybody to do.
Clearly.
And it just so happens to match up perfectly when you look at the pictures. It's unreal. If people are denying that Mark B should get a Pulitzer Prize, and Lana, Truth and Transparency, should get one as well for seeing Mark B's video and realizing it for what it was. Amazing work. That is going to be the biggest thing in this case, because if the defense...
It's not going to be anything in this case. I am willing to put $5,000 on the line right now to say that a green Elantra will never come up in this case at court at all. I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. Is Pav? Is Lana? Is any of the other green car snack cakers? I'm just letting you know right now. I'm willing to 100% bet that at trial, there will be no mention of a green car at all. At all.
Didn't already know it. I had to think that they already knew that vehicle. I know they knew it wasn't Brian Koberger's. I had to believe they already knew it wasn't white. But I don't know that they knew that it had that front license plate wrapped around the bumper like that. I mean, I believe Mark B is the one that's going to be responsible for proving this case false. And for all of these mainstream morons and their minions,
what's up, Amy?
Give me a break. That's the other thing we're going to talk about in this video is the new hit piece that's coming out tonight. They've already given us a little prelim of it. And somebody explained to me how they have video of 1112 King that we have tried to get our entire lives. I mean, since this thing happened, people have begged for it. I mean, they pleaded for it.
It's called a leak.
Where's Get a Clue? I mean, the video's out now. You can clearly see the vehicle moving. Beg for it. I mean, since this thing happened, I've already begged for it 1,000 times on his knees. He'd do anything. There it is. Where you at, guy? I mean, and it just so happens to come out now. So we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about this other damning evidence that they have against Brian Koberger. Has everybody lost their freaking minds?
Says the person that made up an entire story about drug dealers and Aryans in Arizona and green cars.
I'm going to explain the ludicrousy in this damning evidence. Here's what I know.
Please do.
It's been acknowledged in court that according to Brian Koberger's CSLI data, which apparently that's all they have to go by because they buried the timing of
Agreed, Bo.
But according to those, Koberger left his apartment, did not go on Stadium Way. He went south and west of Pullman. When you say south and west of Pullman, that don't mean going south. It means going south and west. He headed straight to Wawaway Park. The vehicles captured on footage at Stadium Way and Nevada Street. Those weren't Koberger's car. The states admitted it. They eliminated it from their self-authenticating records. It wasn't his, so it was somebody's. And then that means that's not his car at Floyd Cannabis Shop. And now we know that's not his car on the first 3 or 4 passes in the King Road neighborhood, and it's certainly not his car over on Ridge Road. So first thing we're going to do, though, is we're going to dive right back into that green card. I'm going to do it on every video going forward until the case is dropped or Brian Koberger's found not guilty. Okay, so I think y'all are going to find this really, really interesting, just like I did. This is in the FBI's exhaustive report, right before you get to the vehicles here. And in this little area here that I think a lot of us have just overlooked.
What's up, can't keep clean?
Look, it says opinions. And this is the FBI. Look, it's unclassified. It says the submitted videos on November 19th, 2022 and November 21st, 2022. November 19th and the 21st, so you're saying you didn't get those videos until 4 days later or 6 days later? I thought that Steve Gonzalez's daughter got it the next day, and we've seen pictures of the law enforcement officer on 1112's porch, but whatever. Were reviewed to determine questioned vehicles, make, model, and year. Due to insufficient image detail and obscured views produced by the blooming of the vehicle's headlights, the make, model, and year could not be determined. And I can certainly appreciate that now seeing the footage of 1112 King Road, can't see anything. The submitted videos on November 23rd, 2022 were reviewed to determine the questioned vehicle's make, model, and year. The questioned vehicle shares similar class characteristics with a 5th-generation Hyundai Elantra between 2011 to 2013. This is where Ann Taylor gets her progression of events out of this little paragraph right here, and some emails that I'll show you. The similar class characteristics include, but are not limited to, the overall body shape, window configuration, side trim, headlight shape, front grille configuration, and rear license plate position. On November 26, 2022, after reviewing expanded known information to include the rear bumper reflector and the shape of the front fog lights on the Hyundai Elantra, the questioned vehicle's year was expanded to the 5th generation between 11 and 16.
Yeah. Now, listen. That means by the 26th, they had already changed their initial position, and it was a Hyundai Elantra from 2011 to 2016, which would include the date of Koberger's car. Just throwing that out there. The image was eventually shown to us December 7th, but they already 2 weeks prior to that, had begun to look for the white Elantra. Oh no, I don't think they had the color in here yet.
And then it goes on to say the submitted video on December 7th. But before we read that, let's just go back to this little statement right here in the FBI. It says on November 26th, right?
Yes.
23rd, they determined it's an 11 to 13, and they're putting out a bolo. Be on the lookout. But on November 26th, 3 days later, after reviewing expanded known information to include rear bumper reflector and the shape of the front fog lights on the Hyundai.
By the way, you know what you don't see anywhere on here? A front plate. You don't see anyone talking about a front plate. Definitely not a bent up one.
Elantra, the question vehicle's year was expanded to the 5th generation between 11 and 16. And then it just ends there. And they leave out this critical part that you have to go all the way back to the judge's ruling on the Franks motion. But when you get to this paragraph, it says, what the email chain shows is that on November 26, 2022, right, just like it was saying in the FBI report, Agent Imel directed the FBI to open up their search to 2011 to 2016. So that matches up, right?
Mm-hmm.
In doing so, he discussed the changes to the Hyundai Elantra in 14 and 17 and stated that he wanted a better shot of the vehicle's front fog lights and rear reflectors.
Mm-hmm.
He further added, rather not leave anything out, better be safe than sorry.
Right.
But then, 5 minutes later, he sent another email stating, yeah, I see the change in 2014, and I'm not really a fan of the 14. Much prefer the 11 to 13. But wanted to lay that out. Have a good night. So he did do all that they said in the FBI report, but 5 minutes later, he sent another email stating, nah, I've seen the 14, I'm not a fan of it. Now, little did he know he was actually incorrect when he said I'm not a fan of the 14, because it's absolutely a 2016. But let's go back to this. So they expanded it to 11 to 16, left out the email of 11 to 13. The submitted video received on December 7th, 2022 was reviewed to determine the questioned vehicle's make, model, and year. Due to insufficient image detail, the vehicle's make, model, and year could not be determined. So when did you really make it an 11, from 11 to 13 to a 14 to 16 then? Oh, looky here, the submitted videos and images on December 20th, 2022.
He doesn't understand that they're talking about the specific images. Each time they're discussing they're discussing the specific images that was given on those days. That was up, Meg. How you doing, beautiful? He doesn't understand that's what they're talking. They're not talking about the car in totality. They're talking about those specific images that they're receiving on each of those individual dates. Some of them you can make a make and model. Some of them you cannot. Like, it's not actually that hard to follow along with simple documentation.
Were reviewed to determine the questioned vehicle's make, model, and year. The questioned vehicle shares similar class characteristics with a 5th generation Hyundai between 14 and 16.
That's right.
So they got clear footage on December 20th. Well, guess what happened on December 20th? That's when they're said to have got Koberger's name, and they started reviewing WSU video footage. So it clearly says in the FBI report they expanded the year model to 14 to 16 based on Koberger's actual car coming back the next morning. Certainly not leaving out that evening. But this is where Ann Taylor gets her progression. It's clearly written in this FBI report with one little caveat of an email that he sent 5 minutes later right here saying, no, I much prefer.
If I was Ann, Daryl says, JB, if you were Ann Taylor, wouldn't you wouldn't push this green card theory to raise reasonable doubt and try to get one jury member to buy it? No, there's a million other fucking theories. This is literally almost the dumb. This theory is as dumb to me as the tunnels and the Batista and the, parachutes. He might as well put on a clown mask and tag team with drip drop and just, he might as well do it because the theories are just as goofy. I'm not trying to insult the man, but this is almost the worst theory I've heard in the entire almost 3 years of covering this case. This is easily one of the worst theories I've heard. Without a doubt, the worst theory was the trans dude that was in here that said Dylan was trans and did it out of revenge or some shit. That was probably the worst.
Prefer the 11 to 13. But again, little did he know that vehicle was a 14 to 16.
This is top 5 worst. Top 5, easily.
Guy, but you just didn't do it correctly.
Easily top 5
Now, let's
worst.
talk about this Hyundai Elantra that's practically the same year model as Brian Koberger's. The 16 is the 15, same everything. Except this one happens to have a crinkled license plate over the front bumper. And it,
there's a lot of things you can bring up reasonable doubt. Easily. No question. But I don't think this is to cause reasonable doubt. This is not one of those things.
The King Road neighborhood.
Every human being in the jury would look at this green car and say, that's not the car we see in the footage. Every juror on the fucking list would look at this and say, that's not the car we see in the image. Every single one.
Let's talk about it for a minute, why it is the car. Now, the mainstream morons are never going to acknowledge this car because they realize what it would do. But that's okay because then they've got their mainstream minions out there that will try to negate. But it's green.
You see how they talk. And you just see how they talk. And all I will say is, at the end of the day, you don't become the smart guy just because you accuse everyone else of being mainstream minions. Anyone that knows me knows on all of my challenges, I challenge mainstream media all day. But you don't get to come up with your own theory that's completely made up, and then say those that do not agree with me is a mainstream minion. You completely made it all up, your entire theory. Your entire theory was made up, including the green car.
It's a green car. It's not white. It's green. Yeah, genius. It's green. So is the car.
What's up, GG?
But why is it showing up white instead of green clearly? Let's see. Now, on this camera at 1112 King Road, it is a obviously black and white infrared camera, and it's
Yes,
showing
exactly,
the
yeah.
light colors as white, and it's showing the dark colors as black or something.
Well, I'm sure the green car was parked at its house. Get Pav on, JB. You get a stadium of people watching. I don't care about that. Yeah, views are not my goal. What's up, Mystical? What's up, Jenks? But yeah, no. I mean, if Pav wants to come on, he's more than welcome. But yeah, I don't. Pav doesn't do debates, so when you're talking about someone that doesn't do live streams or debates, green cars, yeah, I highly doubt the person that you would pick is the most aggressive person in the you know. I highly doubt someone that doesn't typically debate would pick the most educated and aggressive one as his first debate. It doesn't. I highly doubt he would pick me. Highly doubt it.
Dark. So when we see this green Hyundai come in at 338 right here, or pull out at 340 right here, that is the green Hyundai. And then when we see, look at it right there, coming in at 356, where we got that picture of it, yeah, they're not going to identify anything from this picture.
Yeah, it would be
There
great.
it is right there. Now, one thing it does tell us that this is a different vehicle. This is a different vehicle right here at 407 coming in. And one thing
What's
we know
up,
for sure about
GG?
looking
The
at
beautiful
those,
GG's in
videos
here with
is
us.
That vehicle
Good to see you,
does not
beautiful.
have a sunroof. That was a weird effect of the video. So it is absolutely the green car. Okay, so the
No,
1112.
it's not absolutely the green car. He speaks in such, yeah, I'm pretty sure law enforcement investigated the green car. Yeah, I agree. You did have the balls to do it, Jesse.
King Road camera is an infrared camera.
You
and
did.
Let's look at this. A green car appearing white on an infrared security camera at night.
But to be fair, Jesse, you have a tendency to go on panels, am I right? If Pav already, what I'm saying is if Pav already is the type of person that doesn't debate and doesn't go on panels, I highly doubt he would pick me as his jumping point.
Due to how the camera's sensors and the infrared illumination interact with the car's color. Infrared light is outside the visible spectrum, and while the camera sensors can detect it, they don't necessarily translate it into the colors we see during the day. Objects may appear different colors, or even monochrome, black and white, depending on how they reflect and emit infrared energy. Here's a more detailed explanation. Infrared illumination. Infrared security cameras use infrared LEDs to illuminate.
I'm gonna go
the scene
smoke,
at night,
man. I'll be
as our
right back.
Eyes can't see infrared light.
I'll be watching.
Colors we see are determined by the wavelengths of light reflected back to our eyes. With infrared light, the colors we see are affected by the way objects reflect infrared energy. A green car in normal daylight reflects green light and absorbs other colors. However, when illuminated by infrared light, it might reflect infrared energy differently than other colors, leading to it appearing white on the camera. And in some cases, infrared cameras might use false color imaging, where different wavelengths of infrared are assigned to different visible colors for easier interpretation. This can lead to objects appearing in different colors than their actual color in normal light. So that is why the 1112 King Road camera shows the vehicle as white and not green. And by the way, we're going to jump to a side note real quick, because this one right here goes directly to the mainstream minion, Gray Hughes, who is a moron. And let me prove it, because I heard him say in a video last night that they caught Brian Koberger's car at the Sunset gas station with A&W root beer going south the morning of the atrocity. And he cites the FBI report. But this is how inept of an investigator he is, because he doesn't bother to check what the state has submitted as evidence as it relates to the Sunset gas station. And that video footage of what they tried to say was Koberger's car has suspiciously been removed because they knew it wasn't Koberger's car, because Koberger went to the ATM machine, moron, and I'll prove it. All right, so right here is where he gets 9:12 and 59 seconds on November 13th, 1311 South Main Street, Moscow, Idaho. Summary, a vehicle matching the description of vehicle 1 is seen traveling southbound on Highway 95. So was that Koberger's car? Well, if it was, you can bet they would still use that as evidence. So that's where the moron gets stuff like this, but he doesn't bother following up when more details come out. And it, inept. You see, this is the state's final reply on their self-authenticating records. And you can see that the Sunset Mart on 1311 South Main Street in Moscow, surveillance video for November 13th, 2022. The footage is maintained by business. The state would seek to admit documents pursuant to RE 803. The relevant footage is taken on November 13th, 2022. Approximately a half a mile from 1122 King Road, i.e. the crime scene, the state may rely on video footage around 3:28 a.m. showing suspect vehicle in the area of the crime scene prior to the unalivings. The state is in the process of obtaining a certificate of authenticity. Oh, and then the next one goes to Bishop Boulevard. But you see, if somebody really has the name investigates in their title, then they should read this right here because it doesn't say 3:28 a.m. and 9:13 a.m., which tells you that the 9:13 a.m. is not Brian Koberger's car, and they realized it and they ditched it. But no, morons like Gray Hughes Instigates will ignore the relevant facts that come out and stick to the old BS. Now, why does this particular car appear to be white on the Ridge Road camera? As the images provided by the FBI report shows us, it's clearly white. So why would that be? It's not an infrared camera. Let's find out. Okay, a green car might appear white on color surveillance video at night due to the limitations in how cameras process color in low light conditions and potential for color misinterpretation. Surveillance cameras, especially in low light, may have difficulty accurately capturing and translating colors, leading to the green car's color being misinterpreted and appearing as white. Low light limitations. Color cameras are designed to capture a full range of colors when there's enough ambient light. In low light situations, like at night, the camera may struggle to distinguish between different colors or may not have enough information to accurately represent the color. The camera's sensors are designed to capture light. If a camera struggles to capture enough light of the green color, it might interpret the remaining light as closer to white or another color. Some surveillance cameras may use infrared. We've already talked about that. But when we get to camera quality, the quality of the camera and its ability to capture colors in low light can also play a role. Higher quality cameras with advanced features may be better at maintaining color accuracy in low light compared to less sophisticated models. For example, a green car might appear white on surveillance footage if the camera is struggling to capture the green color accurately in low light conditions.
Where'd my chat
the camera
go?
is using infrared technology that makes the green appear as white, as we see in both the 1112 King Road camera and the Ridge
Ever
Road
since
camera.
I updated my shit.
But does this vehicle
my
provided by
chat.
the FBI report captured on video on Ridge Road show any signs of not being white but actually a green vehicle? When you zoom in, you can clearly start to see the green hues on that one. Let's move forward.
No.
Then we have
you
this
can't
image provided to
clearly
us by the FBI that you can already see some green hues in, but when you expand it out, they are very green. Looky here and looky here. Or how about just look at this for a second? What color you
Can't you see the car's green? Stop. Stop.
think that car is?
The car is clearly white. He said, what color do you think the car is? The car is clearly white. Let's ask our resident car professional. Upgrade, is this car we're looking at white or green? Son of a bitch, this shit is crazy.
I don't have any filters on that, folks. That's the picture expanded.
White and dirty, yeah. Exactly
And of
what it
course,
looks.
we've got the best shot that they actually provided us because that's the signature with the
Yes.
fingerprint on the front here. I did reduce the noise.
White as me, yeah, exactly. This right, clearly. Where's my chat over here? Son of a bitch. This is white as it gets. Like there's no way around it. Like I don't even understand how people are seeing anything other than white. And this makes it look even crazier. Like clearly this is a white car. White as Hitler.
Is on this image a little bit, and look what it produced for us. I'll be darned. Look at this front license plate right here. Can you believe it?
It's clear as day. He says, as clear as day. Oh, I've never needed a drink more. Never needed a drink more. Thank you to everybody. I just want to say that has participated in the grip that everybody whines so much about. If you too would like to participate in the grip, feel free to hit the links down below. Appreciate all of you. Let's go.
Believe that. Oh, by the way, look at the green here and here. Is there any doubt in our minds, though, now that that is a license plate wrapped around the bumper like we see in this car? And right here, you see the same license plate wrapped around the same bumper.
another green car. Son of a bitch. Oh, yeah, it has to. It is like you're not seeing what you're seeing. Don't believe your lying eyes.
And there it is a little bit bigger.
Yeah, clearly.
And let's just compare the two. Oh.
Clearly I see two green cars here with license plates in the front. Oh man. It's too good. It's just too good.
This is a
I do gotta say, I do gotta thank you guys for begging me all this time to finally look into the green car. Cause man, this shit is funny. This shit is funny.
Those are the same car, and they both belong to the same person. They live in the King Road neighborhood at the Queen Road Apartments, and they did during the time of the crime. They even drove by the thing when it was being torn down.
Oh.
So Open your eyes, people. And once again, the
Shit.
FBI's own report proves that that green Hyundai Elantra is the one that circled the King Road neighborhood. Starting at 3:58:23 on the FBI's report, a vehicle matching the description of Vehicle 1 travels west on Queen Road and turns north onto King Road. Headlights can be seen shining on trees to the west of the intersection of King Road, Taylor Avenue, indicating the vehicle turned west onto Taylor Avenue. Then, headlights are seen traveling south on Willenta Drive behind 1119 King Road. Then, 4 a.m., headlights are seen traveling north on Willenta Drive behind...
Listen, there are so many ways to argue that Brian Koberger didn't do this. This is not one of them. This is not one of those things. I am appealing to all the pro-burgers. Please, don't use this as your argument. Don't use this as your argument. No, Hitler's never going to allow this. I understand the pro-burgers, but I've been one. This is not the argument to use at all. Please do not use this. It makes everyone that is pro-innocent until proven guilty, which I am one of those people. I believe in innocent until proven guilty. But the sheer retardation of what we're watching right now makes us look stupid. It makes us look fucking retarded. Do not use this argument. This is the dumbest argument, the dumbest theory I've heard, other than Dylan was a tranny and killed him. This is easily number 2.
119 King Road. So
maybe
10
3
seconds later, it went south on
Pav thinks
Willenta.
Ann
Doesn't say anything about Paradise, so it didn't.
Pav thinks Ann is listening to him and sending him signals. Oh, shit. Later on, can't keep clean.
Go all the way to Paradise, and it turned around, and it came back, heading north on Willenta. And then it says a minute and 15 seconds later, the vehicle matching the description of Vehicle 1 travels south, then east on Louder. At 4:01:43, the vehicle matching
Shaves
the
off his
description of
eyebrows.
Vehicle
Yeah,
1
okay,
eastbound
buddy.
Louder Avenue on
What
the
are you even
southbound
saying,
Ring Road.
CCTV?
And the next time they see the vehicle's headlights are traveling north on Willenta, but never goes into Paradise. It just stops right here. So this vehicle never came out. Once it...
I don't think you understand what I'm saying, CCTV. I think Brian Koberger committed the crime. But I do not believe there's enough evidence to convict him. There's not. I would not convict him if I was on the jury. There is reasonable doubt. Bye, Tracy. Bye. Hey, love Tina. You see what I'm saying? That's my belief. But like I said, this theory is wild. And it does not connect or make sense at all.
It went into...
not a single bit.
And this is the vehicle that they said they caught on camera at the bottom of the report down here. So...
yeah, the green car that they're showing right there. Yes,
right
yes,
yes,
clearly a green car. Clear. Come, all right. All right, I need to know in the chat room, who looks at this, and be honest, who looks at this? I disagree, CCTV. Who looks at this and sees green car? Be honest in the chat room. Just say me, who or whatever, who looks at this, is this car green or white? Green or white, that's all I want to see. Is this car green or white? I gotta know. I gotta know who's the one, and he looks white or silver. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could be so. I'm fixing to have to drink a beer. Yes. Yes, I understand that completely. Yeah. So I just want to see. I want to see who's willing to attach their screen name to green. And nobody attacked the person that says green. I just want to see who says green. Do not attack the person. Don't call them retarded. Don't do none of that. I just want to see if anybody can look at this car and tell me this is green. We got a lot of whites, which is how I like it to be. A lot of whites. Thank you. Yeah, nobody's willing to say, nobody's going to say, nope, that thing is green. I'll wait a little bit. Demon says I'm colorblind. Campaign says it's obviously black. Yep. Nobody? Nobody? Nobody willing to lay their balls on the table and say it's green? Nobody? Have you guys ever seen the movie Cube? That's what this shit reminds me of. The retard in Cube. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This room is green. I swear it does. Hold on. Let me get into it. Hold on. Look. Ad blocker's not allowed on YouTube. Okay, allow YouTube ad. Yes, no problem. I'm not using any extensions. Just fucking play the video. Oh, so now we're not going to play the fucking video? Okay, there we go. Hold on. Let me get him down here. Here's the Todd.
This room is green.
Oh, shit.
This room is green.
Okay, back to this. All right, goddamn. All right, here we go. So, anyway, did we get any greens? Yeah, an insignificant toxic topic people wasted a bunch of time on. Agreed. No, so any green takers? Anybody saying green? This car is green. This car is green. Do we have any of them? I guess not. All right, we'll continue.
Road camera at 4:01 a.m. So here's what the vehicle did. We're going to drive this route, just like the FBI report said, starting right here at Queen and King, where it's caught on camera at 1112.
Hey, that's a pretty dope little app. Where the fuck you get that app? That's a pretty dope little app.
Road, turn left on Taylor, and we're just going to follow the whole route until this thing is caught on camera at Ridge Road.
Hey, where the fuck can I find this app? Where can I get on it? Is this Google Earth? You can drive in a car now on Google Earth? Holy shit. By the way, in his own illustration, can somebody tell me the color of the car? In his own illustration, can somebody tell me the color of the car in his own shit?
Let's talk about this new Dateline NBC report with all this new damning evidence they have against Brian Koberger.
Oh, man.
We see now for the first time actual footage of 1112 King Road and the vehicle and actually moving on camera. But following that, it's kind of interesting the way they do that stuff, folks. See, that's how you know that you're in for a brainwashing technique, because they start off with camera footage that everybody's always wanted to see, and it is factual camera footage.
Yes, clearly.
So they're like, look, here's real evidence. That makes you really good. And then we're going to give you even more real
I want to know who cares if the car is white or green. It's a car of someone who lives there. Duh. Yeah, there is a green car that lives there. The reason that they're doing it is they're trying to say it's not a white Elantra, therefore it cannot be Koberger's. There are so many better ways to defend Brian Koberger. So many better ways. This is not one of them.
That they show is what? Oh, well, we've got a girl that talked to Brian Koberger at the Grove pool party. We've got to get that interview in so that it makes this video of the Grove pool party we're showing you seem like it's some type of really damning evidence against Brian Koberger. Well, but that's not damning evidence against Brian Koberger.
Of course, Ann should challenge the notion of whether it's Brian Koberger's car. But saying that the car was green is an instant way to lose. You could challenge whether the white Elantra or the white car is Brian. You could challenge whether it's Brian Koberger's car. Hell, you could even challenge whether it's an Elantra or not. Exactly, Gigi. I agree with Gigi. Listen, this just isn't the path. You know what I'm saying? This just isn't the path.
That pool party happened in July. Does that put Brian Koberger anywhere near the scene of the crime? Now, we already know that they said his vehicle was this green vehicle. So,
I'm with you, Gigi.
Does him having any video of anybody at that Grove pool party prove anything?
Yeah.
No, proves nothing. Absolutely nothing. So why are they calling it damning evidence? Oh, we've got pictures of Koberger's phone. Oh, really? You know what? they didn't get Kohberger's phone until Brian Kohberger was arrested on December 29th, 30th, pretty much January of 2023. If I'm not mistaken, the unalivings happened in November of 2022. And they didn't get Kohberger's phone until his arrest. So how would they have pictures out of Brian Kohberger's phone? It wouldn't be something that, the G's could just release to the media. So that means that somebody in law enforcement would have to release those to the media. And those damning pictures, they say, as they kind of block them out, they don't actually have pictures they're showing you from Kohberger's phone. I've heard of a bunch of nitizens out there say, look, that's a picture of Xana, or that's Maddie, or that's their friends. Geniuses. Here's what the news does. The reason those pictures are blurred out is because those aren't pictures out of Kohberger's phone. They say they have.
If they were not pictures out of Kohberger's phone, for legal copyright purposes, they would have, listen, let me give you an example. Have you ever watched the news and they show you footage and or a still photo? They always show you the source of where they got said photo. Do you see what I'm saying? Or YouTube video or anything. Every news organization in the world, when they show you a video or photo, they usually almost 95% of the time show you, courtesy of or whatever they credit the source of the photo or video. If it was some random Google pics, for legal purposes, they still would have had to say that they got the images from Google. It's not that hard to understand. Anyone in the media or that's ever been in the media already know that. It's not that hard. Gigi says, I saw a creator this morning leaking footage of the day they investigated outside the house, claiming something on the street they were looking for was someone's ripped off arm, for God's sake. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. They insinuated it from his phone because it was from his phone. The images that they had, that they showed, was from his phone. But the images don't really mean anything because the images weren't like the victims. Him having, you know how many photos, having chicks, naked or bikini clad images in your phone doesn't, unless it's the fucking victims, then what the fuck are you talking about? Every dude I know has.
Have damning pictures out of Kohberger's phone, then they show you fogged out pictures. That doesn't mean those pictures came out of Kohberger's phone. They're giving you examples of what they're talking about. So
they would say pictures like this. Examples.
To fog out some pictures that y'all are familiar with, and you're going to think that was in Kohberger's phone. But let me ask you this. How many of those pictures are in your phone that are watching this video right now?
What?
Go back to November 13th, 2022. For those of you that have been following the case this long, how many of you have those same photographs in your phone? And
no, what?
Did any of you commit the atrocity on King Road?
Can anybody help my brain with this one? Can anyone help my brain with this one?
Here's what the news does. The reason those pictures are blurred out is because those aren't pictures out of Kohberger's phone. They say they have damning pictures out of Kohberger's phone, then they show you fogged out pictures. That doesn't mean those pictures came out of Kohberger's phone. They're giving you examples of what they're talking about. So you can bet they're going to fog out some pictures that y'all are familiar with, and you're going to think that was in Kohberger's phone. But let me ask you this.
Exactly, Betsy.
How many of those pictures are in your phone that are watching?
Well, let's ask the people. Prior to the dateline and those images being released to the public, how many of those pictures are in your phone? He asked. Zero. For me, anyway. Later on, Kitty. The answer is 0. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Watching this video right now, go back to November 13th, 2022. For
yeah.
those of you that have been following the case this long.
Right.
How many of you have those same photographs in your phone?
That might have done it. That might have actually broke my brain. Like that might. Why would any of us have those pictures in our phone, especially us that have been following it? Those pictures just came out. For me, I see a license plate on front of the green car. Yes, clearly. Clearly. Oh.
And did any of you commit the atrocity on King Road? How many of you have Googled Ted Bundy?
Well, to me, yeah, of course. You're right on that one.
Atrocity on King Road?
No, you're right about that one.
You know what? How many of you live within 10 miles of the crime and are in a university studying criminology? Even, not necessarily at the PhD level, but, just studying criminology. And if any of you were, then I bet you didn't commit crime on King Road. So when you take Brian Koberger, who's a
None of these arguments are any fucking good, actually.
PhD student in criminology, we've already heard the class discussions after the atrocity were about this atrocity. They actually had class discussions in the criminology class about this atrocity.
Well, of course.
So would it not be unrealistic to think, it would even be suspicious to think, that if Brian Koberger didn't have Google searches for Ted Bundy or pictures like we all have of all of those students in his...
Those pictures weren't of the students. The pictures showed on Dateline was not of the the victims, I mean. Yeah, none of this shit will be used at trial. None of this shit, because none of this shit is real.
His phone, that would be suspicious. They were having class discussions about it. You can bet Koberger was very interested in the crime. He lived really close to where it happened. And I'm sure he was really interested when they started talking about a white Hyundai Elantra driving around because they can't tell the difference between white and green on
Okay,
video.
no. Nobody would have those images in our phone because those images were just released. None of us content creators, by the way, would have those phone images, as he said back in November of 2022. Because those images were just released. So no, nobody had them. That's why nobody's seen them until now. And they're not even images of the fucking victims. Woo.
So all this damning evidence.
Yeah.
There's nothing damning.
There's nothing.
No evidence at all.
Yeah,
None of
there's
that is
nothing.
evidence.
Yeah.
Here is the evidence in the case. This is the only evidence. The CAS data showing location, which they have none from 3 to 5. It's my bet Koberger's got a picture while we park with what is it? I've got the 4 letters now. The IMIF data or whatever, EMIF, that shows location. It's my guess he's got that. It's also evidence of vehicle.
Just images of women at the pool. No, he said the exact images. He said those exact images.
Sightings, right? Vehicles surrounding the King Road neighborhood. We just proved it.
He even used the fucking phrase exact.
We've already dropped most of their video that they had suggested in the beginning that it was his car. Nevada Street, Stadium Way. There's no evidence against Koberger. The witness statement, it's gone. It's going to be annihilated at trial. There's not going to be a witness statement that holds up. The vehicle identification is now destroyed. The cast information cannot prove anything. And if they provided the advanced timing records, it would prove him innocent. But I believe Koberger does have a photo that's going to go a long way to proving that as well. And
hope so.
That leaves them with the DNA on the knife sheath with too many questions around it to make it even relevant.
Yeah, I don't disagree with a lot of what he just said, but I heavily disagree with the green car. We saw it. We saw every aspect of it. You guys have asked me to look at it for months now, or weeks now, 2 weeks now, 3 weeks. I have done what you've asked. I have analyzed this. Everyone in here has also analyzed it. a very small percentage of humans believe this thing was green. And I think that from that vantage point, I think, hold on, let me get back to, let me. Very few people are going to look at that and say, by golly, that's a green car. I have done what you've asked me. I have done what you've asked me, what you've been asking. I finally even looked at a ravioli video. Now, hopefully we never have to do this again. Should have been taking pics, JB? No. Deidre says, thank you, I've been very entertained. Yeah. I'm just going to say this. Ravioli, he's entertaining to the people and to all the snack cakers that enjoy that shit. Hey, do your thing. But to me, when I look at this, it's clear this is a white car. This is a white car. It was a wild ride, Jack. You were right. You were right. That's it. Thank you to everybody who pisses all the people off by contributing to the grift. I know that pisses the snack cakers off. They get so mad. He's just grifting. No, it's call it what you want. It says the fuck is green. You sound wild. You sound wild. You know what though? Maybe people really just are colorblind. Maybe there just really are people that are colorblind. Why do you think most people here? No, Pav did not prove the car was green. We just watched all his videos. Look, man. To you guys that just got in here, don't tell me what to go check out. We just watched all of his videos. We literally just watched them all. On the case. Or on the car. Literally just watched the videos. All of them. I did exactly what you've asked me to do. But I don't understand how any human being that isn't colorblind can look at this car. Can look at this car and not see green. I mean, not see white. He might have turned it in as evidence. He does. Who might have turned it in as evidence? What do you mean might have? It's not evidence. We're looking at the car. There's not. We are looking at the car. To my gun show people, we may have to bring that motherfucker back. We may have that because I don't know if my soul could do this every day. I don't know if I can do it. Shit. I thought it was Family Queen Truckster with it. I don't even know. I don't even understand these people. No, green does not show up white on infrared. That's Google and it was wrong. Yeah, no, it doesn't show up white. Very clear. Very clear. Green cars. Green cars. We saw what happened with these. Green cars are now white. Or not white. It's that simple. Oh, yeah, there's a lot more to discuss. I agree. Ann goes, sees green when she requests the trial be pushed back. Of course she does. Yes. What they mean is green looks white. No, it doesn't look white on infrared. No, it doesn't. Green. Right here. This is white. Green, white. Green, white. It is what it is. It is what it is. No colors are not pure white and yeah. Tones of gray, yeah. Either way, we've looked, and we've done this. Oh shit, we've done the thing. If you people, notepad was green, but it's a different texture. Look, man, if you guys see green when you see that, then I guess that's on you. Then I guess that's on you. My final statement after looking at all these videos is not only is the car white, or at least not green, I wasn't even 0.0001% moved towards that direction at all. I actually have been pushed the opposite way to where I believe this is in the top 3 of retarded theories that's ever existed with this case. Period. And that's the truth. I am no way insulting Pavarotti. I am in no way insulting Lana. I am 100% though disavowing anything within this theory. And I am flat out saying that it's retarded. And that if you really want to defend Brian Kohlberger and make him look innocent, to use this theory will make you and him look guilty. It is a trash theory. It is a trash theory. And that is my final position. But I do thank you. This was a fun ride. This is a fun ride. This was definitely a fun ride. I love you guys. Thank you to everybody that contributed to the grip that they hate so much. Thank you to everybody that didn't. And I appreciate you guys. And I will be back tomorrow. Dolphin says your green car appears white in infrared light because the paint's pigments. Laisha, hey, how you doing, beautiful? There is no appearing. There's nothing about any of this that appear. You know what? See you later, Colette. If the cars you're showing in night vision are in complete darkness, the color tones showing are correct, but the caveat, no object. I absolutely disavow this theory. Period. And so, if you guys want to bang your head against the wall and cover it all in snack cakes and like you're autistic, that's on y'all. I absolutely disavow this shit. I love y'all. I will see you tomorrow. I will do something different, but I've done what you've asked. Now leave me the fuck alone. Anyway, if you're watching this on the replay on the Sport Channel, links are down below. So was it green? No, it's not green at all. No, it's not green at all. It's white. It's at least, it may not be white, but it's definitely not fucking green. That's the truth. I'll see you guys next time.